Good morning, respected dignitaries, distinguished guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. A heartfelt namaste, a warmest welcome to each one of you at this auspicious today at Goa Cooperative Summit. My name is Rupesh Pandey from PST Chamber of Commerce and Industry. ये एक ऐसी समिट का हम लोग यहाँ शुभारंभ करने जा रहे हैं जो कोऑपरेटिव सेक्टर में अपने आप में मायने रखती है और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि आज गोवा जैसे राज्य में कोऑपरेटिव समिट का इनाग्रेशन और इसका आयोजन गोवा चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स के साथ में मिल करके पीएचडी चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स ने जो ये कदम उठाया है उसके लिए मैं आप सबका तहे दिल से आभारी हूँ। आप लोग यहाँ पर आए हैं और उम्मीद है कि आपके सपोर्ट से, आपके सहयोग से यह समिट अपने लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करेगी। हमारे साथ में इस समिट को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए जो हमारे आज के पैनलिस्ट हैं, जो डिस्टिंग्विश्ड स्पीकर्स हैं, जो गेस्ट हैं, ऑनरेबल गेस्ट हैं, वो अपने आप में बहुत ही विशेष महत्व रखते हैं, क्योंकि जब हम कोऑपरेटिव की बात करते हैं तो निश्चित तौर पर कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटीज़ की भी बात होती है। और मैं बड़े गर्व के साथ आज कह सकता हूं कि इस समिट में हमारे सामने रजिस्ट्रार ऑफ कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी के जो हमारे जो मेन कर्ता धर्ता हैं श्री आशुतोष आप्टे जी, वो यहाँ पर हैं। मैं उनसे आग्रह करूंगा कि वो आएँ और अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। श्री आशुतोष आप्टे जी, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, गिव अ बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज टू श्री आशुतोष आप्टे जी। इसी कड़ी में हमारे साथ आरबीआई के रीजनल डायरेक्टर श्री प्रभाकर झा जी भी हैं। आरबीआई अपने आप में देश की जो अर्थव्यवस्था है, जो वित्तीय पोषण है, उसके लिए आरबीआई का जितना हम सहयोग प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, जितना हम शुक्रिया अदा कर सकते हैं, आरबीआई ने समय समय पर हमारे सभी कार्यक्रमों को परिपोषित किया है, लक्षित किया है, चिन्हित किया है। और आज इस कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हमारे साथ आरबीआई के रीजनल डायरेक्टर श्री प्रभाकर झा साहब भी मौजूद हैं। मैं उनसे आग्रह करूंगा कि सर आए और अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। श्री प्रभाकर झा साहब। देवी एवं सज्जनों, जब हम इस प्रोग्राम की बात करते हैं तो नाबार्ड अपने आप में एक ऐसी संस्था है जो पिछले कई वर्षों से कोऑपरेटिव जगत में और खासतौर पर एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में भारत की ज़रूरतों को परिभाषित और पूरित करती आई है। नाबार्ड का सहयोग हमें सदैव ही प्राप्त हुआ है। अभी हमने हाल ही में दिल्ली में हमने एक नेशनल समिट का आयोजन किया था, जिसमें नाबार्ड ने अपनी अग्रणी भूमिका निभाई। उसके डीएमडी और जितने भी लोग थे, सीनियर लोग थे, वो उस समिट में आए। उन्होंने अपनी जो नाबार्ड की जितनी भी एक्टिविटीज़ हैं उसको उन्होंने परिभाषित किया और बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से। और मुझे लगता है कि जिस प्रकार से नाबार्ड हमारी कोऑपरेटिव प्रोग्राम्स को सपोर्ट करता है, उसके लिए जितना इनका सहयोग और जितना इनका अभिनंदन किया जाए कम है। आज इस समिट में नाबार्ड की तरफ से श्री संदीप धरकर जी मौजूद हैं। मैं उनसे भी आग्रह करूंगा कि वो आएँ और अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। श्री संदीप धरकर जी, बड़े गर्व के साथ मुझे ये आपको बताते हुए, हालांकि आपको ये जरूर ज्ञात होगा कि गोवा चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री और पीएचडी चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री, इन दोनों का जब जन्म हुआ, जब इन लोगों ने ये संस्थाएं जब आगे बढ़ी, शुरुआत की, जहां गोवा चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री ने 1907 में अपना शुभारंभ किया, वहीं पीएचडी चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री ने 1905 में पंजाब, हरियाणा एंड दिल्ली चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स के नाम से शुरुआत किया। और आज ये दोनों ही संस्थाएं अपने अपने क्षेत्रों में इंडस्ट्री को, उद्योग जगत को, व्यापार जगत को, भारत सरकार की नीतियों को बहुत ही सुचारू और सुगमता से परिभाषित करती हैं, परिपोषित करती हैं। आज गोवा चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री के इस प्रांगण में इस प्रोग्राम का आयोजन करते समय हमें बहुत ही हर्ष महसूस हो रहा है और हमें खुशी है कि इनके जितने भी पदाधिकारी हैं वो यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। हमें सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ है गोवा चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री की जो प्रेसिडेंट है मैडम निर्मला जी, प्रतिमा जी, वेरी सॉरी मैडम, माफ़ी चाहूँगा मैडम प्रतिमा जी, मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूँगा कि कृपया आप आएँ और मंच में अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें। इसी कड़ी में हमारे साथ में जो पीएचडी चैम्बर के डिप्टी सेक्रेटरी जनरल हैं डॉक्टर जतिंदर सिंह जी, वो दरअसल अभी रास्ते में ही हैं, पहुंचने वाले हैं, किसी भी वक्त वो आ रहेंगे। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि समय हमारे पास कम है और हमारे पास में जो कार्यक्रम की श्रृंखला है वो थोड़ी लंबी है। इसको आगे बढ़ाते हुए मैं रूपेश पांडे पीएचडी चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री की तरफ से इस कार्यक्रम में एक बार पुनः आप सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन करता हूँ। देवी एवं सज्जनों, जैसा कि हम किसी भी कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ करते हैं तो सबसे पहले हमें राष्ट्रगान और इसके बाद हम कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। इसी कड़ी में मैं सबसे पहले आपसे आग्रह करूँगा कि हम लोग 1 मिनट के लिए राष्ट्रगान के लिए So before we start this summit, as we had already played this video of PST Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we are 120-year-old organization, started from 1905. We have presence in 28 states, start from Delhi, Punjab, Haryana, all across the sectors, all across the country. We have more than 28 state chapters, and similarly we have 55 committees also. And this cooperative is one of the committee where we are going to organize this program. We are going to talk about PACs, primary agriculture credit societies. We are going to discuss about tourism in Goa. We are going to discuss about coconut, cashew, so many things we are organizing, and we have a very good and distinguished panelist speakers over here who are going to give you a feedback, and whatever recommendations we are going to receive throughout this entire day, we are going to circulate this in the ministry. So to start this program, I would like to request to Madam Pratima Madam to give industry perspective and give the perspective of Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry, how this chamber is functioning, what kind of programs, what kind of services we used to organize, and how this chamber is going to work for cooperative development in India. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to address you today for this Goa Cooperative Summit 2025. On behalf of Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industries, I would like to welcome you all at this summit, and all the distinguished guests, dignitaries, and participants gathered here today. Please enjoy yourself and take all the knowledge that you get today. At the very outset, I would like to commend PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry and our partners for bringing this important summit to Goa. The cooperative sector is not just an economic model. It is a social movement that has empowered millions of Indians. And in Goa, it continues to be the backbone of our local economy. Goa is home to around about 5,500 cooperative societies spanning from housing, agriculture, fishery, dairy, and multipurpose bank societies. Each of these has played an important role in complementing our tourism-driven economy by ensuring food security, providing credit access, creating housing solutions, and supporting livelihood at the grassroots levels. Friends, today we are at an inflection point. The cooperative model must evolve to address the challenges and opportunities of the rapidly changing world. The themes of this summit, digital transformation, sustainable fisheries, and cooperative-driven ecotourism, are particularly relevant to Goa. Digitalization of PACs and financial cooperatives is critical. Mobile banking, blockchain-enabled credit systems and digital platforms can strengthen transparency, reduce NPAs, and increase financial inclusion. Smart fisheries and marine cooperatives can embrace LOT-based monitoring and cold chain logistics, ensuring sustainable livelihoods to our coastal communities while protecting marine ecosystems. Ecotourism and agritourism cooperatives can help Goa diversify beyond its beaches by showcasing our cashew plantations, coconut farms, homestays, and cultural trails to the world in a responsible, community-led manner. At GCCI, we strongly believe in the power of collaboration. Our committees of agriculture, fisheries, food processing, and industry are already engaging with the stakeholders to empower sustainable models that combine technology, tradition, and community enterprise. We see this as an opportunity to build synergies between cooperatives, government institutions, industry players, and innovators. The Government of India's vision of Sarkar Se Samriddhi, meaning prosperity through cooperation, resonates deeply with us in Goa. We must align our local cooperative strengths with this national agenda and with the vision of Vikasit Bharat 2047. Looking ahead, I see immense potential in developing Goa Cooperative Action Plan 2030, which could focus on scaling up digital adoption across cooperatives, promoting value addition in agriculture, cashew, and fisheries, creating market linkages for cooperative products through e-commerce and global platforms, and positioning cooperatives as partners in sustainable and inclusive growth. In closing, let me emphasize that cooperatives are not just about business, they are about people. They are about trust, equity, and shared prosperity. If Goa is to achieve a balanced and sustainable future, cooperatives will remain a center pillar. I thank the organizers for this platform and assure you that GCCI will continue to support in any way they want to strengthen Goa's cooperative movement. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, madam. Friends, when we talk about $5 trillion economy we are chasing towards, I think the role of the cooperative sector is very much important here. In 2023, when we were trying to create this task force for cooperative, that was an incident that Mr. Amisa, who is presently as the Honorable Home Minister, as well as he is taking charge of Cooperative Minister also. He was emphasizing that why the industry associations are not coming forward towards this cooperative sector also, because the cooperative is playing major role. Like we are having two biggest cooperative in the world, they are having securing the position of number 1 and number 2, Amul and IFCO. This is a privilege actually. Amul is having the turnover of more than 1 lakh crore, which is the biggest. I would talk about, if you compare with the Navratna company. And This is the power of cooperative. Can you imagine that they have started their business in United States of America and Europe also, and similarly the IFCO is also playing the equal important role in the fertilizer and in agriculture sector. So I think if we talk about, and when you talk about the Ministry of Cooperation, which has started their operation in 2021, now this is just the span of 3 years. Honorable Registrar Saab is already sitting over here. We can see the massive development, massive work all across the country, and more than 8,37,000 cooperative packs, they are already working, and even private cooperative societies, they are equally supporting towards the growth of Indian economy. And that's why today, when we were setting the goal of $5 trillion economy by 2027, we have already achieved the milestone of $4 trillion. We are now the number 3. We have surpassed Germany, and by 2038 we are chasing towards the United States. And this is not my personal calculation. This is all the journalists and all the big fours like KPMG, and these people are giving this calculation. That's why I would like to share with you. So this is the power of cooperative sector. And today in Goa, which is the span of 3,700 kilometers, whereas the coastal area is almost 104 kilometers, cooperative sector is going to play a very important role. We have fisheries, we have tourism, we have so many things in Goa, but I think now the cooperative sector should have to take this lead forward to talk upon this particular topic, how the cooperative movements and how this Sahkar se Samriddhi. This is our honor to announce this year 2025, we are celebrating International Year of Cooperative. International Year of Cooperative that is announced by the United Nations, and as well as in November 2024 in Pragati Maidan in Bharat Mandapam, when the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced this year we are going to celebrate. This is the first summit from the Ministry of Cooperation as well as jointly supported by Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the enough support, equal support we got from the societies of Registrar of Society, cooperative societies. We would like to request to Sri Asutosh Apteji to give his feedback, give his thought, give his perspective, how the cooperative sector is going to strengthen this Goa. Thank you very much, sir. Please, that's you. Thank you.
Namaskar and good morning to each one of you. On the dais, the Regional Director of RBI, Prabhakar Ji Jha, my friend and partner in cooperative sector, and who is giving me all the necessary feedback, guidance and help from time to time, almost on weekly basis, if I would not be exaggerating. My friend Sandeep Ji Dharkar sir, GM NABARD, Madam Pratima Dhond, the first president, lady president of GCCI, which in itself talks about the real sense women empowerment in Goa, and to what extent we can go as far as cooperative sector is also concerned, because she is actively involved in one of our urban credit society bank, that is the Women Cooperative Bank, which we are also trying to get it cleared from RBI. So sir is also over here, so it would be a good opportunity to discuss and resolve the pending issues. Mr. Singh, who will be joining us, he has also been very cooperative, and he has actually been a torch bearer as far as all these issues and sectors are concerned. Mr. Rupesh Pandey, Senior Secretary of PhD Commerce of Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Although Bhobe sir is come over here as a CA, but for me he is Mananiya Bhobe sir, which I have to say and acknowledge his presence over here. Madam Pallavi also, and all the dignitaries who are over here, the speakers, officers, and more importantly, the students, the youngsters. Because I have got something to mention about the youth and the youth cooperative, which is one of the key point of Honorable Union Minister of Cooperative also. My hearty greeting goes to PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industries for taking this lead forward, coming to Goa, joining hands with our GCCI and taking us one step ahead in cooperative awareness, meeting people under one umbrella, under one roof, and that too coinciding with the International Year of Cooperation 2025 declared by UN. My heartfelt thanks goes to Rupesh ji and Jatinder ji for coming down to Goa and giving us this opportunity to meet us in this particular hall. Vikasit Bharat 2047 is our mission and a goal given by our Honorable Prime Minister. We all are aware about it. We hear it almost on every last Sunday of the month. सबको रहता है इंतजार आखिरी इतवार का, because there is what comes is मन की बात, and one of the point is normally about Vikasit Bharat 2047, wherein all of us have to take one step per day towards Vikasit Bharat. And when we are doing it in this Amrit Kal, it is expected that each one of us, in whatever capacity it could be, made from bureaucracy, made from government, made from private stakeholders, or made youths, made women, made anything, each one of us, each Indian have to take one step in his own limited capacity in silos towards Vikasit Bharat, the roadmap of which is already been led by our Honorable Prime Minister and the Union Government. It was in 2021, 5th of July, that Government of India through the Cabinet has taken a decision that in case if we have to reach out to the last person, the needy person, and if we have to ensure that we are able to develop together, we have to have a separate independent ministry, and accordingly the Ministry of Cooperation was announced and has been formed on 5th of July 2021. Recently, in the year 2025, we have celebrated its fourth Foundation Day all around the country, including Goa, wherein we were expecting a crowd of around 850 people, but I am happy to announce that our hall in Ponda was overfull and it was filled by 1,250 people all around Goa, from Stagnate to Kanpon, which shows that our officers are not only making attempts to reach out to people, but people are also showing interest in coming forward for joining hands under cooperation. Because we, as well as the Union Ministry and the Union Government, believes that it is only and only cooperation which can reach us to the goal of Antoday, Gramoday and Sarvoday. If we have to achieve this, it is one, and that is by way of putting a step forward towards cooperative sector and strengthening of cooperative sector, which is one of the key, or rather which is the title of today's summit, that is strengthening of cooperative sector. I would like to quote Honorable Prime Minister on this aspect when he says, cooperative sector is instrumental in shaping a resilient economy and propelling the development of rural areas. Cooperation has been an integral part of India's heritage, as our scripture says, emphasizing that even small things or limited resources, when united, can achieve significant results. Empower your project through cooperative where support is shared, growth is fair, and success is collective. Unquote. And hence, Honorable Prime Minister has given us this mantra in which we are working, which Madam has just said, and we all are aware, Sahakar se Samruddhi. In case if we have to attain prosperity, if we have to be the world's biggest $5 trillion economy, it can be achieved through cooperation with the support of each and every stakeholder in whatever limited capacities it is. The Union Minister, Honorable Amitji Shah, has recently told us in the Chintan Baitak that was organized that he is the Minister for Home Affairs, but he is giving more time and more meetings are being held by him of cooperation than of Home Affairs, which shows the importance Union Minister is giving, Union Ministry and the Union Government is giving for strengthening the cooperative movement, by way of which we can reach to the last person who is in need. In the same stride, our Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant, and our Honorable Cooperation Minister, Sir Subhash Shirodkar, are also taking every possible step towards strengthening of cooperative movement in Goa, and they are leading it by example themselves. May it be in dairy sector, may it be in horticulture, may it be in all the agricultural issues or allied issues also. We at the department level are making every possible efforts to join hands, hearts and heads, I would say, with all the 9 departments to ensure sahakarita amongst all the departments which are otherwise working in silos. We all are aware that agriculture is one of the oldest ministry and oldest department, but they have got their own scheme by way of which they try to reach out to the needy. Animal husbandry is also working in its own stride. They have got their own scheme. They are also trying to work out and reach out to the public. RDA has got its own scheme. Panchayat has got its own scheme. Urban development has got its own scheme. Everybody have got their own scheme. But what we are doing at Cooperation Department now is cooperation among cooperatives and joining hands of all the 9 departments, so we can reach out to each and every person in a unified, comprehensive manner, by way of which we can attain the objective what everybody look into separately. Only when we put joint efforts, I think we would be able to achieve the goal in a faster manner than it is desired. So Vikasit Bharat 2047 ये लक्ष्य है, पर we want to achieve it much prior. Like 2027 is going to be the year when we announce that we would be touching $5 trillion economy. We want in Goa that, although being a small tiny state of Goa, we want to contribute extensively and sizably in that $5 trillion economy also. And for that, we want to unite all the departments, all the stakeholders, and as I was mentioning to Madam Dhond also, that we would not stop at the department level, but we want to go to all the private sectors also, all the private players also, and hence we have joined hands with Sahakar Bharati in Goa, wherein they are also cooperating with us and we are marching towards our common objective. When I say that this particular summit is coming at the right time and is been organized by PhD Commerce and the industries as well as GCCI at the right time when it is international year, plus when we are marching towards cooperative sector and is coinciding with International Year of Cooperation 2025 celebrations. United Nations has reaffirmed the cooperative are public-centered enterprises embodying democratic values and inclusivity with resilience. And in the same manner in Goa, cooperative being economic entities are also social institutions strengthening the families, the communities, and not only strengthening them but giving them opportunities to earn their livelihood also. In this, what we at the cooperation department is trying to do is explore the untraditional, non-traditional or unexplored sector. Like Goa is known for fish, Goa is known for tourism, but we have made lesser steps as far as these two sectors are concerned under cooperative. We are actively thinking about Sahakar Taxi, which would be very helpful as far as all the people who are visiting Goa, not only the tourists but also the locals. I know many of my relatives have in Mumbai and other places have actually sold off their taxi, their own cars, and they are relying on the taxi which is available from the 17th floor. When they are coming down to the parking area, already a car is come by booked and it is waiting for them. So no jhanjat of traffic jam, not putting any pressure on the blood to increase, so blood pressure is getting normal, plus you are being at ease, you can read the newspaper, you can be on your mobile, and rather than concentrating on the road, because that is taken care by the taxi driver. So we are trying to work out in case if we can try to do something in Sahakar Taxi. Likewise, we talk a lot of things about health and hygiene and iodized namak, the iodized salt. But many of us are not aware that many salt pans which was there in Goa are reduced because of various issues. There have been many challenges. We are at the cooperation department trying to explore whether we can revive those salt pan under cooperative sector and give proper salt to each and every citizens and the persons who are residing in Goa, which can actually be very helpful for them. Many of the times I jokingly say that every second or third house has got some sodium deficiencies, and we are able to see them going to the doctors and hospitals and then taking drips and then coming back. So why can't we think about this? Likewise, we are also thinking about why can't we think about raw material for pharmaceutical industries. We in Goa have got such a good climate, soil is good, fertility is good. Why can't we think about something of those issues wherein we can try to grow spirulina, we can grow aparajita, we can grow so many things, by way of which we can actually help the pharmaceutical industry, the medicine industry also, and try to explore something which is unexplored so far as Goa is concerned. We have got, as Madam was also saying, that we have got around 5,500 cooperative societies, but they have got their own challenges. Goa being small, resources being limited. What we are trying to do now is, under the aegis of Union Ministry, all those societies which were having one single type of business, we are trying to make them multiple businesses, at least 3. There are still, even after so many years of liberation of Goa, we are still got some panchayat, we have got still some areas wherein there is no coverage of cooperative sector. What is our goal as far as this International Year of Cooperation is concerned? By December 2025, we want to leave no panchayat uncovered by cooperative sector. That is our goal. We want to have at least one cooperative society covering each and every panchayat area. And whichever cooperative societies are there and they are doing one business, we want to make them multi-purpose, by way of which they can provide better services, they can earn better for themselves, and their livelihood along with consumer livelihood also increases. And for doing this, we are aiding the cooperative societies by computerizing them with the help of NABARD and Goa State Cooperative Bank. We are also trying to have IT interventions for strengthening of these cooperative societies, by way of which they can have more knowledge and they can provide better services. And then reach out to a common objective of development and success, samriddhi, so to say, of each one of the state of Goa. And in this regard, I would again heartily congratulate Jatinder ji and Rupesh ji for organizing this summit in the state of Goa, by way of which we all are able to come over here, share our ideas. And this summit, I am definitely sure, is not just a conference wherein we meet, we listen, we have chai, samosa, whatever, and then go back. But this is going to be meeting of minds, sharing of ideas, and brainstorming on strengthening of the cooperative movement in the state of Goa, which at the end of the day, me and my team who is attending this would be able to take away certain best recommendations which we would be able to implement in the days to come, in next 3 months to come. With that, I would come to the key aspect of two issues that we were talking about. One is women cooperative and second is about youth cooperative. We have, on the foundation day, we have had one special session as far as youth and cooperation is concerned. I am happy to mention that we have had interactions with certain colleges who have come forward and who have also agreed to start with the cooperative as one of the curriculum subject in their colleges, by way of which we want to lay more and more emphasis on youth participation in cooperation. Only then we would be able to get some more better ideas, and involvement of youth and women into this cooperative sector would definitely take us a long way. And for which one of the topics that we are also trying to think about is having one Goa campus for Tribhuvan Sahakar University, which is established in Gujarat, by way of which in a very methodical manner we would be able to groom our students in the cooperative sector, and for which again I would like to acknowledge the help and assistance that we always get from NABARD for all our endeavors, whatever small or big it may be. And with that, I would again thank and congratulate Rupesh ji and Jatinder ji for coming over here, joining hands with GCCI and giving us this opportunity to express our mind. I wish that all of us get some best ideas at the end of the day when we leave from this. Jai Hind, Jai Sahakar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Apte Saab. I mean, this was the finest speech I have heard about cooperative segment. You have covered all the points. You are talking about iodized salt. You are talking about Sahakar taxi. This we are expecting that the Sahakar taxi is going to start from December, maybe December or January onwards. Our good friend from NCDC, Colonel Himanshu, and these people are really working hard to make this possible. Sahakar taxi, especially the Goa state like Goa. Yes, this is the need of the hour, because when we used to come all the way from airport, and the one thing which is missing and which everyone feel, that is related to transportation, and this is taxi services could have started like Ola, Uber, and maybe Sahakar taxi. I think that is the only thing is missing. The rest of the things, Goa is having best of resources, best of things, everything, and that's why people of all across country they used to come to Goa. Now, without taking much time, I would like to request to our good friend from NABARD, Sri Darkar Saab, to please come and please give your thoughts how the NABARD and why the NABARD is important for cooperative segment. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Rupesh. Honorable dignitaries on the dais and all the esteemed guests for this Goa Cooperative Summit 2025. A very good morning to all of you. What a pleasure and privilege it is for us to be a part of this August event, because this subject itself is so close to my heart, NABARD's heart, and that is why the relevance of this and this summit happening in Goa itself, it's a great thing. It's a great honor to attend this. And as so beautifully summed up by our RCS Saab, he has so beautifully laid the entire sector's initiatives and what are the expectations from Ministry, Government of India and state government also. So I thank you, sir, and we'll continue working together for the prosperity through cooperatives in the state of Goa. So I will, as an Apex Development Institute, I mean for NABARD, cooperatives are not just financial institutions. We have been nurturing and trying to work with them for attaining prosperity across the states, and many such initiatives were there earlier also. But formation of Ministry of Cooperation is a watershed event in the cooperative sector, which has kick-started all these initiatives. Suddenly, the buzz of activities which is happening in the cooperative sector. So we are in this moment. We are in very exciting times as far as cooperative sector is concerned. I'll just give you some brief historical perspective, and I'll be talking mainly about credit cooperatives, because that is what we are. NABARD is dealing with the rural credit cooperative structure, which is having 3-tier structure, 2-tier structure in some of the states. Like Goa, we have 2-tier structure. So you might be aware that at the time of nationalization of bank in 1969, so 1960s or 70s, the share of credit flow of the cooperatives, particularly rural cooperatives, was quite substantial. So the credit dispensation which was happening through our rural cooperative structure was phenomenal in the sense that their participation, in spite of they were competing with scheduled commercial banks, and regional rural banks of course were formed later in 1976. So almost 60% of the share of agriculture credit across India was being garnered by our rural credit cooperatives. And then 90s it declined to around 40%, and now recently 23-24 we are saying that the share of rural credit cooperative credit is around 12-13%. So you see the progressive decline in the share of credit cooperative society credit. What does it signify? It means that we need to rejuvenate these important ground level, field level, people's organization known as cooperatives, and that is why what I earlier said, that formation of ministry and all the major thrust which is being given for this sector has come at a very opportune period, because we very much needed this Sanjeevani booty to revive and rejuvenate the sector. Achha, there are regional variations too. If we see like cooperatives, if we 4 regions or 5 regions, maybe central region also, if we also consider this. So southern region had a maximum share of around 32% of the total credit, and western and northern region had 20%. So there are regional imbalances also. So there could be the reasons that the cooperative movements in various states are at various stages of development, or they did not take root. Some of the states they were not very successful, but particularly southern region and western region, particularly if you see Gujarat and Maharashtra, they are cradles of cooperatives, even Karnataka and southern states also. So there are regional imbalances also. So what we are trying to say is that if we probe deeply into these issues which our cooperatives are facing, so there was a lack of balance between the cooperative ideology and economic viability, right? Because now with changing times, our cooperatives also need to have, we have to have a perfect balance between economic viability also. Now, how do we address these challenges? Like all the stakeholders, which is basically being led by these initiatives, being led by Ministry of Cooperation, Government of India, they are working relentlessly to achieve this goal of Sahakar se Samriddhi, which our RCs have also talked about. So, I will just recount certain measures. I'll just elaborate on what all initiatives the Ministry of Cooperation has embarked upon. Like computerization, so digitization of the primary agricultural cooperative societies. So digitization is one step. So it is not an end in itself, it is means to an end. So what do we want to do with this computerization? We are trying to regain the ground lost by credit cooperative societies through providing the services to the rural populace or the members of the credit cooperative societies the way other competitors have been providing. So that is the objective, and it is envisaged that when we go forward and when this project is completed, commissioned, and later all the services will be provided seamlessly through these people's institutions at the ground level, that is cooperative societies. Now what RC sir also mentioned about multi-purpose packs. So in fact I would like to say to the credit of the state of Goa that when we call in Goa it is known as Vividh Karyakari Sahkari Samiti. So that name itself starts from Vividh, that is multiple services, right? So this Vividh Karyakari Samiti, that this nomenclature we are talking about, maybe first society sir will, for this I sir will probably supplement me, it must be formed in 1960s or 70s, 63. So you see, so now we are talking about, other states are talking about multiple primary agricultural cooperative societies, whereas Goa state's progressive stance, they right from the inception 1963, we have formed the societies, namely Vividh Karyakari. So Vividh Karyakari, formation of Vividh Karyakari societies to diversify their activities, to make them an economically viable unit, because we all know most of the packs now what kind of businesses they are engaged in. Basically they are providing inputs to their members, inputs in the form of feed, seeds, fertilizers and other things, and to some states where procurement is happening for PDS like wheat and paddy. So procurement is being done through these primary agricultural societies. These were the only two businesses they are involved into, and with a very limited commission and the income prospects of those cooperatives. So in order to make them viable and in order to enable them to provide more services to their members, it is imperative upon them to diversify into the activities. So as sir was mentioning, each packs will have at least 3 activities to start with, and they can, depending on their potential in that area and their capability, they can diversify furthermore into these activities. Now one more scheme is being implemented, is world's largest food grain storage scheme. This is another one flagship scheme where the government is having it's a phenomenal scheme where a vision of creating so much of storage for grains. So around 11 states already they have started this, and in Goa also with the help of RC sir and his entire team, we will be working together to see at least one unit comes up in our state shortly. Then amendment to Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act. This was one of the initiatives which was taken. All of you know, new cooperative policy has been unveiled, and it is a very, it gives us a vision, it is a sort of a vision document, and it gives us a roadmap for achieving Sahkar Se Samruddhi. One more thing is just tax is common service center. So it is related to what earlier I mentioned was about diversifying the activities of tax. Through this, so one of the activity which common service center, the PACs can adopt that. Because our PACs at the ground level in the rural areas or remote locations, they are perfectly capable and well poised to take up such activities through which they can provide multiple services to their members. Then Jan Aushadhi Kendras, or there is one concept of PM Kisan Kendras, where all the farmers will get the, it is a one-stop shop kind of thing. So these are the initiatives which the government of India has already launched, and state governments are also actively engaged in it. Then establishment of national cooperative database. That is, I think, one of the first things which the government did when the ministry was formed. And it is really, it was really required, because earlier a lack of data in cooperative sector was a major impediment. Because unless you have proper data, you will not be able to make policy decisions and informed decisions, because you don't know, you will be groping in the dark without the proper data available. Now with this establishment of this, we have all kind of, national, state level data, even down to the block level data we are having in this particular database. Now, if cooperative sector had to contribute to $5 trillion economy and achieve the Amrit Kal vision as led by our Honorable Prime Minister, it is imperative that we should take certain steps. So, what I feel is that when we were talking about the share of cooperative credit structure in the agriculture credit, we should all strive to say that it is enhanced up to around 20% by the year 2030. Now the share is hovering around 11-12%. If we are able to almost double it by another 5 years, that will be a great achievement. And it will also help in regaining the lost ground by the cooperatives. Then agriculture sector itself, we need to have some, our cooperatives should be looking at value addition and processing also. Because, and there are many government, state government schemes and government of India schemes, for example, Agriculture Infrastructure Fund is there, PMFME is there, MID, the Mission on Integrated Development Horticulture is there. So all these schemes are intended to induce capital formation in agriculture through, different multiple entities. Cooperative is also one of the eligible entity in that. And in fact, many of the packs like Savai Vere sir is there. So they have already adopted working towards this processing. So these are the kind of examples which the other societies can also emulate in enhancing their income. Certain sectors like education and green and alternate sources of energy, for example, these also, in this sector also, these are emerging areas. There also our cooperatives can play a very important role. For example, if you say we are a state where a lot of tourism is there, the density of EV, electric vehicle, is also pretty good in the state of Goa. So why not our packs can be as a hubs of EV charging station. We can have EV charging station in all the remote locations where the packs are already having land. It doesn't take much land also. So we can build upon a good EV infrastructure, because EV density is there, but we are lacking probably in the matching EV infrastructure. And if we are able to disseminate or improve on this EV infrastructure, like charging infrastructure, so packs could be a very able purveyor of the vehicles of those infrastructure. Then we can add on that also. For example, if that in a remote location, if we are having an EV infrastructure for the packs, it can then develop into a hub where it could be a pit stop for the tourists, sort of hub where while their vehicle is getting charged, maybe 45 minutes or 1 hour, they can engage into entertainment, or they can have some local products, outlet of our Goan products there, or our Goan cuisine or restaurant there. So it will be a kind of pit stop. So packs can adopt this kind of activities also, because I think each state is unique and each state has its own ecosystem. So we should align the activities of our societies as per that ecosystem in which we can promote those activities. So I have already talked about alternate source of energy, and then recruitment, like cooperative sector development. RCS sir has touched upon a very important point, the HR part, that the people because ultimately people will drive any movement. Without people, nothing will be able to achieve. So, as he rightly said, we should induce the youngsters in the cooperative fold by taking all these steps. And I believe that what his idea of having a sort of campus like this Anand Cooperative University, National Cooperative City, would be a right step in that direction. One more entity, well, technology also. So technology enabling is very important. One part what tax comparison we just mentioned, but another thing is now one of the initiative which we have taken from NABARD is we are starting on shared service entity. So shared service entity is nothing but a common bus or common vehicle through which all the latest IT infrastructure facilities and other services, enabled software services will be provided to the rural cooperative structure. So including state cooperative banks, district cooperative banks. So what happens, because if we are having more than 350 state, district cooperative banks and around 30 odd state cooperative banks, so each of those banks, when they try to adopt the technology, it will be very capital intensive to them and it may not be possible to achieve the scale. So to obviate this necessity, now recently Reserve Bank of India has also approved formation of this entity, and the contribution, share capital contribution will come from the banks, from NABARD and from governments, so government of India. So this entity will be providing all the latest services at a very reasonable cost to all the rural cooperative structure. So these are the kind of initiatives which we are taking to further improve this. Now talking about Goa as I mentioned, touched upon earlier also. So we will have to specifically suit our requirement because what may work in Maharashtra or Karnataka may not work in Goa. See, we are unique. So we need to have our services or products in that sector only. So what are the natural strengths? Like we have cashew, coconut, fisheries, horticulture and tourism. So they are not just sectors but they are clusters of opportunity. That is my take on that. So cashew cooperative, maybe we can already, I think Goa Cooperative is already, which is again a society, is doing very good in that. And there are a couple of societies which are doing very good in our state, like others societies there. Fisheries cooperatives, which I feel is an area where we can work because being a coastal state, we definitely have a lot of opportunities in this. And not only the marine fisheries, but the latest thing like seaweeds or maybe this cage culture. So these kind of new activities we should promote. We will try to promote through these fisheries cooperative societies, and maybe they can engage. Fisheries cooperative societies can also talk about implement these digital tools to track catch and all those things. So one of the Government of India initiative is that they have chosen 100 coastal villages and they want to develop these 100 coastal villages sustainable fisheries villages. So 2 villages have been selected in our state. So we are trying to implement some good projects there with the help of ICAR, CCRI and Department of Fisheries and even RCS, Department of Cooperation also. So that whatever we are planning to do there in those 2 selected villages can be implemented through the fisheries cooperatives. So I personally feel that this is the most opportune time to be associated with the cooperative sector, and friends, Hekar Samriddhi is not just a slogan, it is a strategy for inclusive and sustainable community development. And Goa has all the ingredients. We have natural resources, strong community institutions and a growing innovation system. So let us work together, all the government, cooperatives, industry and institutions to unlock this potential. And let us move from cooperation to co-creation. So let us build a Goa where prosperity is shared and growth is rooted in community. With this, I end my speech and thanks for patient listening. And Jai Hind, Jai Sarkar.
Thank you so much, sir. You have given a really a detailed, development and what kind of, work NABARD is doing in Goa and what kind of, support we are needing to promote this cooperative segment in Goa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me inform you that the Deputy Secretary General of PSD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dr. Jatinder Singh is here. He is coming straight away from Delhi and because of just slight delay in flight. So that's why he is reaching a little late. Thank you very much for listening all this. Now we are going to have one important keynote speaker from the Regional Director of RBI, Sri Prabhakar Jha Sahab. So before inviting to Dr. Jatinder Singh, I would like to invite to Sri RBI Regional Director Sri Prabhakar Jha Sahab to give his perspective. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning, respected dignitaries from GCCI, GCCI, esteemed representatives of cooperatives, fellow bankers and dear participants. Good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to congratulate GCCI and the Goa Chamber of Commerce Industry for organizing the Goa Cooperative Summit 2025 on the theme Strengthening Cooperatives for a Sustainable Future. This platform truly reflects the importance of collaboration in building a resilient and inclusive cooperative ecosystem for Goa. It gives me, I am very fortunate to be here today and I thank for inviting me to speak on this topic, Sahkar Se Samriddhi, catalyzing Goa's cooperative potential and the transformative role of digital technology in ensuring transparent, inclusive and sustainable trade delivery. I would just like to highlight an African proverb which says, if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. This proverb emphasizes the importance of cooperatives, underscores the value of collective and inclusive progress. The cooperative movement in India has always stood as a beacon of inclusiveness and shared prosperity. In Goa, with its unique blend of agriculture, fisheries, tourism and small businesses, cooperatives, especially cooperative banks and PACS, are vital in ensuring equitable growth and grassroots empowerment. The RBI, we have already listened from RCS Sahab and we saw that how the government is trying to see and trying to improve the cooperative sector here. The NABARD also told schemes which they have lined up and which they are trying to do for the development of this sector. We from RBI, we basically we also provide a lot of services, and RBI has we ensure that whatever services directly to the residents, and there is a citizen starter. We ensure that whatever the services we provide to the public, and we ensure to do within a certain time frame. And we are publishing also that whatever the services we are required, we have given a citizen starter that we need to do those services within that amount of time. As far as RBI is concerned, we issue various the frameworks, guidelines and circulars to banks under which they operate. And if any of the customers, like the banking sector is very important, any of the customers of the bank are suppose not satisfied with the services of the bank, they can raise grievance to the banking sector, and their banks are required to solve those within a month. And then if they are not able to solve this month, they can approach RBI through any means. There is a portal also, our CMS complaint management system is in the portal, through which they can come to RBI, or through any letter, any email, they can come to RBI. In all the banks there is a notice board in which it is written written the details from where the complaint can be filed. And we, when the complaints come to us, we ensure that the proper engagement of the respective banks and the customers who have complained. We ensure that these complaints are resolved timely, and through this we ensure that whatever the issues the banking sector acts to the benefit of the society and to all the customers in general. So this is what we do, and directly also we provide many services like foreign exchange services. There RBI is providing this. So any of this services, if you are finding any issue, we periodically have many awareness camps also to popularize all these services. So any of the issues which we have, we can always suggest us. Then this about technology. I will say that today technology is acting as catalyst. With NABARD also told deeply about that, and through RBI also come out some recent schemes like unified lending interface, and then it is aggregating all the data from all the various service providers and giving it to banks, so that if you can, if you want to have any financial services from the banks, then those background data will enable credit flow from all the banks, cooperative banks and PSCs through efficient, interoperable and paperless connecting borrowers with lenders seamlessly. Then there is a RBI come out with CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. Also, so that is also akin to cash. This is a secure, cost-effective, real-time digital payment ecosystem. For cooperatives, CBDCs can ensure direct benefit transfers, interest subventions and repayment tracking with complete transparency, reducing leakages and transaction cost. So this is basically what we do, and as after Sab was telling that all the respective entities have the respective roles. So we as a RBI, we also want to do as much as possible for this sector and segment, and any suggestion, any issue is there, we are always willing to listen and see how best it can do. Again, I will say all the best for this summit, and thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And we can proudly say that the RBI has always been a pillar for us, especially when we talk about cooperative segment. When we used to organize program all across country, we used to get the very special and very, collaborative support from RBI. And today also you are here, and we can say that with the NABARD, RBI and the Registrar of Cooperative Society, the cooperative movement in Goa is really going in that direction. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have Deputy Secretary General Dr. Jatinder Singh from PSD Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I would like to request to Dr. Singh to give the development of cooperative segment in PSDCCI and what kind of work we have done so far. And also we would like to request him to give a vote of thanks to the speakers. But before we go further, I would like to request our Director General from Goa Chamber of Commerce that we would like to give bouquets to our honorable speakers through Dr. Jatinder Singh ji. Yes, so we would like to invite Dr. Singh to give.
Thank you very much, Rupesh. On behalf of PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I am thankful to all our subject matter experts and all the cooperative leaders on the dais, and also equally respectable cooperative leaders of the dais. In fact, when we started this task force on cooperatives at PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, so many people asked questions like why industry chamber is starting this cooperative task force, or what is the role of industry association as such in cooperative movement. Normally cooperatives are considered as they are basically the extended arms of government. They are basically working closely with the civil society, with the development sector networks. But I'm sure Mr. Rupesh must have told you about the genesis, how this cooperative task force was formed and how and now this is going by leaps and bounds. In fact, in one of our annual sessions, Mr. Amit Shah, who is the Minister for Cooperation, he came to our chamber and said that the industry should also do some hand-holding for the cooperatives, because cooperatives, they have best sort of ecosystem in terms of creating livelihoods, in terms of creating that particular the rooted culture, as well as the rooted the livelihood, and also many skills which normally are not available in the industrial sector. So we started this movement and we came with a program that let's do cooperative corporate connect, because whatever are the strengths of the cooperatives and strengths, or you can say the USPs of industry association as such, the industry, in terms of providing best of the marketing opportunities, in terms of providing best of the training opportunities, also like branding, the basically embedding tech in the cooperative workforce. So that was basically our mandate, and then we started this task force on cooperatives. So what we have done particularly now, this is our first intervention in Goa, and Goa cooperatives are growing by leaps and bounds year by year. In fact, I was going through some of the statistics, and it tells that South Goa alone houses more than 3,000 cooperatives, and with 6.7 lakh members as per the statistics of 2023-24. So you can see particularly in South Goa itself there are a huge number of cooperatives. So when you see the North Goa cooperatives ecosystem, the working capital of North Goa cooperatives is close to 9,355 crores. So this shows that a lot of work is already going on. And as we know that particularly when we see the macroeconomics of Goa as such, the projected GSDP of Goa is projected to be somewhere close to 1.2 lakh crores in this financial year, which is 21% over and above the last financial year. So here cooperatives can definitely play a very, very vital role, because cooperatives being a very important part of the economic development for any state. So here also I am sure that cooperatives can definitely do many strides, particularly in creating for financial inclusion, for livelihood inclusion, as well as for the social inclusion. So as we know that Ministry of Cooperation is doing excellent work. And in our last meeting with the Secretary Minister of Cooperation, Dr. A.K. Bukani, he told that more than 1 lakh cooperatives, they are computerized as per their PACS program. And now the goal is that by the another 5 years time, the plan is to establish 2 lakh new multi-purpose PACS as well as dairy and fishery cooperatives and across panchayats over the next 5 years. So you can see there is a lot of traction from the government, as well as when industry chambers are again building against the bridge between corporate and cooperative. I am sure that this is the best time the cooperatives not only can survive but also can thrive. So some of the challenges, since now we have started working very closely with cooperatives, so we see that there are certain challenges. So one of the challenges being market linkages, because cooperatives are doing excellent work, and here also like in Goa we know that particularly when you talk of cooperatives in hospitality, in fisheries, in agro-business, in agri-tech, in food processing, a lot of work is being done, but the last mile connectivity in terms of having a very robust supply chain, that is one of the missing elements. I am sure that with the support of the industry, this gap can be bridged. So that is one of the things I just want to bring the focus. Second is in terms of compliance as well as the quality stacks. So what I think that probably industry and cooperatives can run joint QC lab programs, the quality control programs, because when you are working with many industry, definitely the specifications of industry, certifications like FSSAI certification, QCI certification, even the cold chain certification from NCCD, even some of the SOPs that are required by industry, I think that need to be very much relevant, and they need to be prioritized. I think that need to be worked upon. Also in terms of technology infusion, we know that emerging technologies are the game changers right now in all industrial businesses, in all the process, whether it's product development or service delivery. So on the same line, I think some pilots can be done in terms of shared processing units, particularly in sectors like packaging or cold rooms, fish handling, and also the last mile connectivity, particularly for logistics and supply chain. So some, I think, pilots can be done, they can be tried here. And the most important thing is export readiness. In fact, last month only we took a delegation of cooperatives to Netherlands, wherein we went to best of the dairy cooperatives, the floriculture, the agriculture cooperatives. We also went to one of the universities. So what we saw that particularly EU countries, they are very much finicky in terms of quality, in terms of the traceability of the product, like farm to fork, where the product is grown, like what all supply went through, who was the insurance agent, who were the retailers, who were the wholesalers. So I'm sure that if some joint programs, particularly for improving export competitiveness of Goan cooperatives can be done, I'm sure that will bring a lot of export potential for the cooperatives who are housed here. So these are some of the things I just wanted to bring in your notice, and I'm sure that when industry meets the cooperatives, and in fact there will be better incomes for the cooperative members, there will be reliable supply chain for the businesses, and we can proudly then carry the made in Goa and made by a cooperative mark in many of the products and services. So at the end, I am thankful to Goa Chamber of Commerce for providing us this very important opportunity for interacting and creating this interface between the Goan cooperatives and the business houses. We have many members from Goa also who are the members of GCCI, and also there are excellent members of Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I am sure that this is one of the best interfaces that can be done between the corporate and cooperative connect, and together let's make this movement a resounding success. So thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
So before we close the program, I would like to request our Deputy Secretary General, Dr. Jatinder Singh ji, to give a memento to our honorable speakers. On behalf of PSD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I would like to give memento to Madam President, Madam Pratima ji. DG from Goa Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Sri Sanjay Amonkar ji we have. I would start from Sri Sanjay Amonkar ji. Sir, with your, because your chamber is almost 117-year-old, you may be organizing so many programs related to tourism, coconut, cashew, and some other related topics. This is the first time we are going to have this summit related to cooperative. And in the morning session, we heard from Registrar of Cooperative Society, Sri Aptesa was here. The regional director RBI, he was here, and from NABARD also. Now, as an industry chamber, how you think that what is the the future of cooperative in Goa? Because when we talk about cooperative and when we see it in the perspective of Goa, like a state like a Goa, what is your views as chamber? How you see it?
Rupesh, thank you very much. And first of all, I thank all of you for coming to the chamber. तुमका सगळ्यांक येवकार. बरें दिसलें. This is one sector, sir, that chamber does not have a committee. And just now we have decided that we are going to form a committee which will boost the cooperative sector in Goa. As you are aware, there are almost 5,500 cooperative societies in Goa, but the PSCs in Goa are less. I think there are around 100 only. But most of them are not very good in functioning, and they need support. So what we are looking at right now is the maximum societies which are there, housing societies, constitute almost 2,900 out of the 5,500, and balance are credit cooperative and milk federations and all those type of societies. So there is a huge scope. Recently, as you are aware, Amit Shah ji has released the new cooperation policy, and it was formulated by our very own producer. A lot of emphasis has been given for development of cooperatives in emerging sectors, and two sectors which straight away come to my mind, which are being promoted by the central government but have no takers in Goa. One is tourism, as you rightly said. I tried to search, but I could not get any sector of tourism who is in cooperative, in any cooperative, any party who is doing, getting people together and doing tourism on a cooperative basis. Goa government has got a very good homestay policy, and this policy is one area where we can work on cooperation. The people, especially in the interior areas, if you are aware, there was a notification from the central government on ESA, that is environmental areas which have been prohibited for infrastructure development. But homestay is one we can still develop in that area. So this is one sector which we can look into, that is homestay and ecotourism, that is one sector. As far as coconut and cashew can go, sir, there is huge scope in that also. Other than plantation, for example, coconut is known as kalpavruksha. Each and every part of the coconut can be utilized, and there are different industries like coir industries there, artifact industries there, which can benefit from coconut. And this can be shown, to the people who come, tourists and all can see. Cashew, there is a production of fenny or even the cashew kernel. So these are processes which are interesting, and it will go a long way of pulling tourists from the beach side to the interiors. So our tourism committee is working on ecotourism a lot, and these two sectors, especially tourism, we are looking into for further development. Thank you.
Even we also feel that because the state like Goa, where the entire if we talk about the GDP or if we talk about this, so then the tourism is the main hub. People used to come and that. But even from cooperative perspective, even morning session also we were listening from the respective speaker that the Sahakar taxi, because that when we talk about tourism, then equally you need to see the importance of transportation also, the importance of taxi services also, the availability of taxi services. That's where we are facing some challenges. And yes, because I have gone through this, Sahakar taxi policy. Now the government is trying to, call to those cooperatives who all wanted to be part of this particular taxi services. At present, they have already registered more than 10,000 taxi, drivers, unions, whoever is the part of that cooperative and wanted to start their own venture into this. And even if you see, because it is the pilot project that is going to start from Delhi and Mumbai. First, they are going to start from Delhi, and then they will go to Mumbai. So now, because I think Goa is needing that sort of services. If you are not allowing to come or to, the private players, I think government can take this challenge, and if government can start this venture, I think that will give a good boost to the, tourism industry. What is your views as a NABARD, because you are promoting so many things in this particular segment in agriculture and this thing. So if we talk about this taxi, this issue, what we are facing, what NABARD is going to contribute this, what is your view, sir? Over to you, sir. Vishwas, sir.
This initiative of launching taxi services, this is particularly in 3 states. I think Gujarat is also there, Uttar Pradesh is also there, and most of it is there. So this is a cooperative effort in the cooperative sector. And as you pointed out, since Uber Ola services are not available, there is a rather opportunity for the cooperation sector to venture into these services, which are much needed. So at policy level we have contributed, but then say at functional level, it is a business, and then that support also has, there is an entire ecosystem that can support it. But I would, apart from such major initiatives in cooperation sector, because NABARD generally remains limited to policy interventions. One is such. Apart from that, I would like, just for the sake of quoting, we have established Sahakar Sathi Private Limited (SSPL), which is supporting all the cooperative banks to provide them technological support or operational support, whatever it is. So such kind of interventions NABARD has been doing. Now coming to particularly to cooperatives in tourism sector. See, as Amanka sir indicated, that we have to take tourism from beachside to hinterland. And I would like to term it as taking tourism from conflict to serenity, because there is a lot of conflict, because there is a lot of pressure on the beachside tourism, and we are having a very limited land in Goa, and the influx of tourists is reasonably very high. It is a much sought after destination. But when we talk to many people in our contact, then we find it hardly anybody talking about going to Madai Reservoir, going to Tamde Surla, going to various temples which are so beautiful, and Brahma Karmali, and all such kind of places we have got there in the Western Ghats region. So there is substantial scope for taking tourism to hinterlands. But then at the same time, we have to be very sensitive to ecological requirements. There cannot be too much of exploitation. Now, if we have to ensure that there is no exploitation of resources, natural resources, the tourism in those hinterlands has to be in the hands of very sensible and aware people. And they are essentially going to be local people. So they will be more concerned about maintaining the ecological balance and not allow any kind of exploitation. But at the same time, they would be in a position to provide a kind of out-of-world experience to the tourist. Now, when we compare beachside tourism and hinterland tourism, there needs to be a lot of support to be provided, and it cannot happen by a single-handed person. Like somebody in a nearby area to Tamde Surla may be having homestay. He may be running running the show single-handedly, but will he be in a position to provide that nature trail experience, or taking people to to any waterfall, and also ensure the protection? There could be wild animals. There could be many things which local people only understand. Like if we are providing some tents and people want to overnight stay there in the tents, they need to be provided proper security, proper guidance, what to do, what not to do. So these kind of experience, if you are to be offered to the tourists, then they need to be provided. They cannot be provided by single-handedly. There has to be a collective effort. So from taking the tourist from where he lands, be it on the railway station or airport, to the destination, making him experience the nature, and whatever services that can be offered, be it nature trails, be it waterfalls or temples, darshan, and then bringing them back. This all needs to be done in a very organized manner. So there is a need for having a group of willing people who can provide out-of-world experience and at the same time ensure sustainable ecological balance. Will be very watchful and also will understand the need to preserve the nature. So this, I feel, therefore, the question I am coming to your question back, cooperatives is the most appropriate model that can be benefiting hinterland tourism. Thank you.
Agree, sir. Because when we talk about Sahikar se Samriddhi, that growth should be inclusive and it should be, without disturbing to the nature also. And that's why we are talking about the ecotourism and we are talking about the sustainability. And now in this particular panel we have...
One thing I would like to add, because I did not complete answer to your question, what NABARD can do.
Yeah.
See, NABARD's mandate is, among various important responsibilities, institutional development is NABARD's mandate. So we are heavily invested in that activity. So when we, you take example of various SAGs, which are grassroots level institutions, or these farmers producer companies, FPOs. These are recent and known examples where NABARD has been very contributive. I mean, we tried, tested, piloted, and then handed it over to the governments, and then government came with the bigger schemes on these issues. And we have been into nurturing these institutions. So we have various funds also at our disposal, where grant-based support is provided for of various groups. If we have to, we can also help set up any kind of a model where there could be a kind of a group of some people who form tourism society, and they want to, because the people from the rural areas, they will be having their own mannerisms, but the guest or tourist who is coming from different land, their expectations could be something. So how to address that gap between the service to be provided and expected? So that kind of capacity building and some little bit of infrastructure support can be considered as a kind of model. And once the model is found to be successful, then respective governments, particularly government also, can come with a suitable scheme supporting the cooperatives. We have a scheme here in Goa which supports homestays, but now that is to individuals. Now if government can take initiative to devise a scheme to support cooperatives, which are tourism cooperatives, then perhaps it provides a kind of policy tool for furtherance of this idea. Thank you.
Now we are talking about a scheme also, because NABARD is running so many schemes for specifically for cooperative and agriculture development. So sir, again my question with you that because of this, as a rural finance expert, what kind of financial models can be supported to for the partnership of between the cooperative and the travel aggregators for ecotourism, if we talk about the NABARD perspective?
See, we have a cooperative financial structure. Like we can take example of primary agriculture cooperative societies, which are meant for financing credit to providing credit to farmers. So at the grassroots level, the farmers' requirement of agriculture credit is aggregated. That goes to district cooperative bank, and then it goes to state cooperative bank. In case of our state, there are no district cooperative bank. It is just a two-tier structure: PACS and state cooperative bank. So the requirements of farmers are taken care through PACS by state cooperative bank. And whatever is the requirement of state cooperative bank is refinanced by NABARD. So that is how it flows. So essentially, when we have this credit structure, all the requirements of any society for any business intervention, the state cooperative bank, which is the people's bank, we can say, of the state, is the first point of support. And for any of state cooperatives requirements, we are always there to provide. Now, so financial requirements is not a problem unless there is if there is a good proposal, workable proposal, then finances today are not an issue. Because when the lending is done to cooperatives, so there is a set of people who are managing. They are also having their capital base in the multiples of that. They can access the credit funds, and there are many other products also. Now, in case of tourism, if they want to have any kind of capital intensive investment, say boats, kiosks, or something like that, transportation vehicles. So those kind of high cost investments can also they can get a kind of support under various government schemes that can be explored, like CGT, MSC also, where the burden on the borrower is reduced. So financing is not a problem. Apart from that, this is a systematic, established route of financing. So apart from that, there are many, commercial banks are also there. They can, various of our societies are directly availing facilities from commercial banks. So that aspect is, I think, well established. So finances to the tourism sector through societies is quite well established. They should not be required.
Thank you so much, sir, for your detailed discussion about this topic. We have another speaker here from the Unnati Multi-State Cooperative Societies. Unnati is a private cooperative society based in Talwara, Punjab. They are having presence in Punjab, Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir. They are working a lot in promoting agriculture based economy, and they have a lot of their ventures also. And we have Sri Vikram Singh ji from Unnati Cooperative Society. Vikram ji, आपसे डायरेक्ट मेरा सवाल ये है कि पंजाब से लेकर के जम्मू तक, क्योंकि वो जो एरिया आपका है पंजाब और जम्मू, वो दोनों लगा हुआ एरिया है। हरियाणा और दिल्ली में भी अभी आप जो है BBSSL के साथ में मिलकर भी काफ़ी काम कर रहे हैं। अभी आपने भारत ब्रांड भी लॉन्च किया है, काफ़ी कुछ आपका काम चल रहा है। 25 साल पूरे हो गए हैं और अब धीरे धीरे जो आपका उन्नति का जो जर्नी है, कारवां है, वो आप वहाँ से लेकर के आप वेस्टर्न पार्ट में आप आ रहे हैं, आप महाराष्ट्र की तरफ देख रहे हैं। गोवा में आकर के आपको ऐसा क्या लगता है कि बिकॉज गोवा में जो आपका जो पुराना मॉडल है, जो एग्रीकल्चर बेस्ड है, जिस पर आप काफ़ी ज़्यादा काम राइस के ऊपर करते हैं, वीट के ऊपर करते हैं, ब्रेड्स के ऊपर करते हैं, और भी बहुत सारे आपके प्रोडक्ट हैं जो चल रहे हैं, तो गोवा को ध्यान में रखते हुए उन्नति क्या ऐसे प्रोडक्ट लेके आने वाली है जो यहाँ कोऑपरेटिव इकोसिस्टम को और वैल्यू चेन को जो बढ़ाने में मददगार साबित होगा? जी,
थैंक यू पांडे सर। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल थैंक यू गोवा चैम्बर ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज एंड कॉमर्स, PSG चैम्बर्स, ऑल द इनवाइटीज। इस प्रोग्राम में उन्नति को इन्वॉल्व करने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। उन्नति कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी एक 22 साल पुरानी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है। पिछले 22 साल से हम लोकल कम्युनिटीज़ को साथ लेके आज इस मुकाम पर पहुँचे हैं। पिछले लास्ट 2 साल से वी हैव अपग्रेडेड अवर कोऑपरेटिव टू मल्टी-स्टेट कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी। नाउ आवर वर्किंग एरिया इज इन पंजाब, हिमाचल, यूपी, राजस्थान, JNK। उन्नति का जो प्लेटफॉर्म रहा है स्टार्टिंग से, वो एग्रीकल्चर से स्टार्ट हुआ है, देन न्यूट्रास्यूटिकल प्रोडक्ट्स। हमारा जो पुराना एक्सपीरियंस आज तक का रहा है वो ये रहा है कि कोई भी कोऑपरेटिव, कोई भी मेंबर्स उसके उतनी देर तक सक्सेसफुल या सक्सीड नहीं हो सकते जब तक उनको स्किल के हिसाब से अपग्रेड ना किया जाए। The basic gap between the today's industry and the people from the cooperative or the rural background, or you can say जो ग्राउंड पे जो काम करने वाले लोग होते हैं, उनका और आजकल की इंडस्ट्री का जो बेसिक गैप रहता है वो रहता है स्किल का, इन फॉर्म ऑफ स्किल, इन फॉर्म ऑफ डिजिटलाइजेशन जो आजकल की नीड है। अकेला कोऑपरेटिव को फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट करने से, if you think you can upgrade the cooperative sector, then it will be not possible as per my sense. हमने स्टार्टिंग से कोऑपरेटिव में फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट डे, जब से ये कोऑपरेटिव का ओरिजिन हुआ था उन्नति का, वी आर सपोर्टेड बाय द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी पंजाब। जितनी भी टेक्नोलॉजी उनकी रहती थी हम ग्राउंड पे लेके गए। The areas in which we are working right now, these are on the Shivalik belts of Punjab and Himachal borders. वहाँ पे कुछ ज़्यादा हमने स्टार्टिंग में, आप इनको सुनोगे बातों को तो आपको लगेगा कि ये इसमें कोई ज़्यादा साइंस भी नहीं लगाई थी। वहाँ पे हमारे यहाँ पे जंगल 80,000 एकड़ का उन्नति का राइट नाउ जंगल एरिया है, विच इज़ नाउ ऑर्गेनिकली सर्टिफाइड। हमारे वहाँ पे जामुन बहुत होता था। स्टार्टिंग ओरिजिन यहाँ से हुआ कि जामुन गिर के बेकार चला जाता था। डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ फॉरेस्ट का ये सारे के सारे जंगल थे। वी आर फ्रॉम द साइंस बैकग्राउंड्स, द ग्रुप ऑफ द उन्नति बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स इज फ्रॉम साइंस बैकग्राउंड। तो हमें थोड़ा सा ये था कि इसको आमले को किसी तरह यूटिलाइज किया जाए। तो एक थॉट आया कि उस वक्त ये था कि सबसे इजी और सबसे कम पैसों में कोऑपरेटिव बनती थी। कंपनी रजिस्टर कराने का हमें टैक्ट ही नहीं पता था कैसे करते हैं। तो लोकल कम्युनिटीज को इन्वॉल्व किया, जामुन इकट्ठा करते थे वो कम्युनिटीज। तो जामुन में हमने थोड़ी सी साइंस इन्वॉल्व की। तो एक छोटा सा प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट लगाया था। आंवला से स्टार्ट किया। आंवला से एक प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट लगाया टू मेक का आंवला जूस। देन वी हैव सर्टिफाइड ऑल द जंगल्स इन ऑर्गेनिक सेक्टर्स, बिकॉज वो जंगल था तो दैट इज ऑलरेडी ऑर्गेनिक सर्टिफाइड। राइट नाउ वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग आंवला जूसेस टू टाटा, झंडू, डाबर, रिलायंस, 1mg। आंवला से स्टार्ट किया, अभी फिर जामुन में आ गए। जामुन में वन ऑफ आवर प्रोग्राम इज स्लम इनकम जनरेशन प्रोग्राम। उसमें भी कोई ज़्यादा साइंस नहीं है। जस्ट हमने स्लम्स के लोगों को पकड़ा कि आप जामुन इकट्ठी करके ले आया करो, जितनी मर्जी ले आओ। द कोऑपरेटिव विल बाय दैट। वो बाय डिफॉल्ट जामुन ऑर्गेनिक है। आप जब प्रोडक्ट मार्केट से खरीदते हो तो आप देखते हो हमने ऑर्गेनिक प्रोडक्ट लेना है। तो बैक एंड स्टोरी ये है कि जंगल में कोई भी चीज जो मिल रही है वो बैक ऑलरेडी ऑर्गेनिक है। इट इज ऑलरेडी ऑर्गेनिक सर्टिफाइड। तो बैक एंड में कोऑपरेटिव को क्या करना है, वो जंगल्स को ऑर्गेनिकली सर्टिफाइड करवाना है। वी हैव टू सर्टिफाई दैट एरियाज इन ऑर्गेनिक व्हिच इज अ डिमांड ऑफ न्यू इरा। अपने लोग को इन चीजों की वी हैव टू अवेयर देम दैट इज द नीड ऑफ न्यू इरा कि दे नीड सर्टिफिकेशंस। टुडेज अगर कोई कंपनी टाटा या डाबर कि हम वाइट लेबलिंग कर रहे हैं राइट नाउ, उनको सर्टिफिकेशंस भी चाहिए साथ में। उनको फूड सेफ्टी सर्टिफिकेशन, ऑर्गेनिक सर्टिफिकेशंस। वी हैव टू अपग्रेड अवर कोऑपरेटिव्स इन दैट सेंस कि in which level you have to make your certifications। आपको स्किल्स उनको इस तरह अपग्रेड करना रहेगा, क्योंकि रूरल्स कम्युनिटी को अगर ग्राउंड पे काम करना है तो हमें उनको टेक्निकली अपग्रेड करना रहेगा। इसी साल वी हैव मूव हेड अवर कोऑपरेटिव इन इको टूरिज्म। वी हैव स्टार्टेड ए न्यू initiative in name of new program Eco Rahi। Eco Rahi is one of our program of eco tourism। उसमें जो हमारे जंगल्स हैं, we have identified some spots and sites जो कि घूमने के लिए यूज किए जा सकते हैं। तो we have collaborated with Food Craft Institute of our area, government under the Department of Tourism। That institute is running in under the Department of Tourism। तो उसमें एक कोर्स हम लेके आए, उनके साथ एक 40 डेज का प्रोग्राम है, मल्टी कुजीन कुकिंग कोर्स। द एलिजिबिलिटी फॉर दैट कोर्स इज 5th पास। तो लोकल एरियाज की कम्युनिटीज की लेडीज को हमने इसमें इन्वॉल्व किया। जो इंस्ट्रक्टर्स हैं उनके 40 डेज का जो ये कोर्स है, उसमें इंस्ट्रक्टर्स वो लेडीज को बता रहे हैं कि ट्रेडिशनल फूड्स में ट्रेडिशनल फूड को सर्व कैसे करना है। बना, उसको साइट्स पे अभी हम रिसेंटली हमने तनिष्क का एक ग्रुप हमारे एरिया में घूमने आया था, तो दे नीड्स कि उनको ना किस बर्तन में सर्व करना है। कुकिंग हमारी लेडी से अच्छा कोई कर ही नहीं सकता, बस उनकी स्किल्स को जस्ट वी हैव शाइन दैट स्किल्स कि सर्व कैसे करना है, क्योंकि आजकल की नीड में ये भी चीज मैटर करती है कि हाइजीन प्रैक्टिसेस कितनी है। तो गैप कहाँ है कि हमारे ग्राउंड वर्कर्स में, ग्राउंड के लोगों में टैलेंट की कोई कमी नहीं है। जस्ट एक आजकल की नीड में क्या है, एक कोई कॉर्पोरेट का बंदा रहेगा तो वो उसमें ये रहेगा कि सर्व कैसे किया, कौन सी प्लेट में सर्व किया, वो प्लास्टिक की प्लेट तो नहीं है, उसके नाखून तो नहीं बड़े, हाइजीन प्रैक्टिसेस, जस्ट वो गैप आप कवर कर दो तो कोऑपरेटिव को कोई बीट ही नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि उनके लिए रूटीन का काम है। एक शेफ, ट्रेंड शेफ को अगर इन्वॉल्व करते हैं और एक गांव की लेडी से बढ़िया कोई कुकिंग नहीं कर सकता, तो जस्ट उसमें अगर वी इन्फ्यूज द टेक्नोलॉजी, वी इन्फ्यूज सम सर्टिफिकेशंस, तो आई थिंक इको टूरिज्म प्रोग्राम इस कोऑपरेटिव में कोई बीट ही नहीं कर सकता इनको। इनके रेट्स भी कम रहेंगे, कोऑपरेटिव्स के क्वालिटी बहुत बढ़िया रहेगी। तो ये मेरा ओपिनियन इसमें नटशल यही रहेगा कि इफ यू वांट टू अपग्रेड द कोऑपरेटिव्स rather than supporting in sense of money directly, you have to upgrade the cooperatives. Firstly, उनको अपना उसको क्लैरिटी दो कि हमने करना क्या है, नॉट इन सेंस ऑफ मेकिंग द टारगेट्स। ऐसा भी कई बार रहता है कि जस्ट वी आर मेकिंग इट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ टारगेट्स, क्योंकि एज ए खुद कोऑपरेटिव होने के नाते मैंने खुद देखा है कि अगर आप 20 लेडीज को भी ट्रेन करते हो ग्राउंड पे तो इट विल टेक सम टाइम, बट उसकी आउटकम्स को कोई एडवर्टाइजमेंट की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। तो वो डेडिकेशन जो इन लोगों में है वो आप उस बंदे में भी नहीं देख सकते जो आप इंडस्ट्री से वैसे कोई अपॉइंटमेंट्स करके लाते हो। बस उनको जस्ट वी हैव टू ट्रेन इन सेंस ऑफ फूड, हाइजीन, टूरिज्म के जनरल नॉर्म्स बताने हैं इनको, बाकी उनको सारा पता है। बस किन आजकल की नीड के बारे में हल्का सा इन्वॉल्व कर दो, डिजिटलाइजेशन कर दो। राइट नाउ वी आर एडिंग ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी इन अवर कोऑपरेटिव, दैट इज द नीड ऑफ न्यू इरा। तो कोऑपरेटिव का खुद का कोई ऐप बन जाए टूरिज्म का, टैक्सी वालों जैसे अब अभी बात हो रही थी, तो उसको दैट विल ऑलवेज एवरीवन प्रेफर द कोऑपरेटिव। थैंक यू मानिस सर।
थैंक यू विक्रम जी। अभी मैं उन्नति का मैं आपका वेबसाइट भी देख रहा था, तो उसमें दो चीज़ें जो मुझे बहुत अपील की। एक तो ये कि उन्नति की जो शुरुआत है और उन्नति को जो चलाने वाले जो स्टेक होल्डर हैं, जो बोर्ड डायरेक्टर्स हैं, इनकी स्टोरी बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग है। इन्होंने तकरीबन 1000 ग्रामीण महिलाओं को ट्रेंड किया और पूरा उन्नति का बोर्ड या उन्नति की पूरी प्रोसेसिंग, पूरी यूनिट वो 1000 महिलाएं ही करती हैं। और वो कौन होती हैं? जिनको घर में कुछ परेशानी है या जिनका कुछ अपना पर्सनल लाइफ ठीक ठाक नहीं चल रहा है, इनको फिनेंशियल सपोर्ट चाहिए होगा या कुछ भी इश्यूज हैं, वो उन्नति उनको जो है अपने यहाँ बुलाता है, उनके थ्रू काम करवाता है। और आपको ये बताते हुए और भी अच्छा लग रहा है कि जो आपका श्राइन बोर्ड है, अब मेरे ख्याल से चिंतपूर्णी देवी का, अभी तो शायद वैष्णो देवी में भी शुरू किया गया है, तो उसके जो प्रसाद है वो उन्नति से जाता है। ये बहुत बड़ी बात है, क्योंकि और ये वही महिलाएं बनाती हैं, ये वही महिलाएं बनाती हैं। और वो हम लोगों ने भी टेस्ट किया है, इतना बढ़िया और इतना व्यवस्थित तरीके से वो प्रसाद वगैरह आप लोग उनको डिलीवर करते हैं। एक और चीज़, क्योंकि ये कोऑपरेटिव की बात चल रही है और हमारे बीच में उन्नति एक प्राइवेट कोऑपरेटिव है। अभी थोड़े टाइम पहले जो है, जब हम एडवांस एग्रीकल्चर टेक्नोलॉजी की बात कर रहे थे, तो प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने एक ड्रोन दीदी कार्यक्रम का इनॉग्रेशन किया, जिसमें तकरीबन कुछ लेडीज़ जो थी उनको उन्होंने ड्रोन उन्होंने गिफ्ट भी किया, उनको ट्रेंड भी किया। ये एक बहुत बड़ा इनोवेशन था एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड में, और इसकी जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ली, वो एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी शुरुआत में इफ़को ने ली और बाद में धीरे धीरे जो बाकी के कोऑपरेटिव हैं वो भी फ्रंट में आए। और चूंकि उन्नति ने हाल ही में अपना एक ड्रोन प्रोजेक्ट शुरू किया है, तो नटशेल में बहुत कट शॉट अगर आप इसमें थोड़ा सा अपना फोकस डाल सकें विक्रम जी, तो कि आप ये आपने कैसे ये प्रेरणा आई आपके दिमाग में?
हाँ जी, प्रसाद की बात की तो उसमें भी जस्ट हमारे जिस लोकेशन पे हम बैठे हैं तो उसके नियर बाय माता चिंतपूर्णी जी का मंदिर है, वैष्णो माता जी का मंदिर है। तो जनरली जब हम विजिट करते थे तो हम देखते थे वहाँ पर प्रसाद जो बनता था, जो कढ़ाई देते थे उसमें हलवा रहता था, तो वो कुक्ड फूड रहता था। तो कुक्ड फूड आपको या तो उसी वक्त खाना पड़ता है या 2-3 दिन बाद वो खराब हो जाता था जब तक आप उसको घर लेके आते थे। तो इनोवेशन उसमें ये हुई कि उन्नति की राइट नाउ अपनी एक R&D लैब है काफ़ी बड़ी, एज पर द नॉर्म्स ऑफ द न्यू इरा हमने प्रॉपर एक लैब बना के रखी है जहाँ पे फूड टेक्नोलॉजिस्ट की कुछ टीम रहती है। उन्होंने एक प्रोडक्ट वहाँ पे हमने डिज़ाइन किया था, रेडी टू कुक हलवा, जिसमें सिर्फ पानी डाल के गर्म करना है कि हलवा बन जाएगा। उसमें हमने हलवा, कुछ ड्राई फ्रूट्स, ऐसी एक ट्रे कम कुछ ऐसा पैकेट डिज़ाइन किया। तो वो हमने एक बार इसको उसका जो इसका पैटर्न, उसकी सारी चीज़ों को सारा सेटल करके उसके SOPs बना के हमने उस एरिया के लोकल सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स को इसमें इन्वॉल्व किया, जिस एरिया के मंदिर थे। तो वो सारे का सारा रॉ मटेरियल मैक्सिमम उसी एरियाज में भी अवेलेबल रहता है जिसमें वो मंदिर है, क्योंकि वो रॉ मटेरियल्स घरों में भी अवेलेबल रहता है जिसपे ये चीज़ें बनती हैं। पैकेजिंग मटेरियल की सपोर्ट उन्नति की तरफ से रही। तो डायरेक्टली अब क्या है कि वो पैक्ड प्रसाद मंदिरों के दुकानों पे जाता है, तो दुकानों से आगे जो डिवोटीज वहाँ पे आते हैं उनको वो सेल आउट होता है। तो वो मॉडल एक प्रोजेक्ट प्रसादम है हमारा उन्नति का। तो इस मॉडल में वो एक तो प्रसाद में हाइजीन लेवल पूरा हमने सेटल कर दिया, वो जस्ट उसी पैटर्न पे बने हैं कि 51 रुपये का प्रसाद है, ये 101 रुपये का है, 251 का है, उसी मॉड्यूल्स में हमने 3 सेट्स बना दिए। तो उस पे सारे फूड सेफ्टी नॉर्म्स पूरे हैं, उसके लाइसेंसिंग वगैरह सारी करवाई हुई है। तो एलीट क्लास का कोई भी बंदा या अपर क्लास का कोई भी बंदा वो प्रेफर वन टाइम पे उसी चीज को करेगा जिसको मैं लेके भी जा सकता हूँ। तो बैक एंड की स्टोरी उसको बना कौन रहा है? कोऑपरेटिव जो घर की बैठी महिला है। तो दैट इज ए चेन ऑफ प्रसाद। तो डायरेक्टली रेवेन्यू का पार्ट उनका भी बन गया कोऑपरेटिव का। तो मैं एक तो ये रहा, और अभी जो हमने रिसेंटली इंडिया का फर्स्ट ड्रोन ट्रेनिंग एकेडमी जिसका DGCA का अप्रूवल रहता है, जो इवन की मल्टीनेशनल इसके जो आजकल की कंपनीज हैं वो चला रही हैं इसको, ड्रोन एकेडमीज को। तो पहली ड्रोन की कोऑपरेटिव की ड्रोन एकेडमी इंडिया की वो उन्नति ने अभी हमने एफिलिएट हुआ था लास्ट मंथ हमारा। तो इनॉग्रल उसका अभी होना था, तो अभी फ्लड्स की वजह से उसका इनॉग्रल हमें थोड़ा सा पोस्टपोन करना पड़ा। हमने ड्रोन एकेडमी, एग्री ड्रोन्स की एकेडमी बनाई है जिसमें वी विल ट्रेन। अभी क्या रहेगा आने वाले सिस्टम में, न्यू डायरेक्शन ऑफ DGCA, कोई भी ड्रोन चाहे वो फोटोग्राफीज के भी ड्रोन हो, आने वाले समय में दे आर नॉट नोटिफाइंग आफ्टर दिस वॉर कि कोई भी ड्रोन बिना लाइसेंस के आप उड़ा नहीं सकते। उस बंदे को पायलट का लाइसेंस होना चाहिए कोई भी ड्रोन अगर उड़ाना हो। तो छोटे से के बड़ा का बड़ा एग्रीकल्चर ड्रोन, तो वो कोऑपरेटिव की ड्रोन एकेडमी हमने बना दी है वहाँ पे। मैंडेट उसमें रेवेन्यू का ये रहेगा कि कोई भी पैक्स एक अपना ड्रोन ले ले, एग्री ड्रोन्स, अपने अंडर जो पैक्स के मेंबर्स हैं उसके 2 मेंबर्स को पायलट का लाइसेंस दिला दे, ट्रेनिंग करा दे। वो ड्रोन एक साझा ड्रोन होगा कोऑपरेटिव का, उसको कोई भी रेंट बेसिस पे लेके जाए, अपने एरिया में फर्टिलाइजर्स की स्प्रे करवाए, जो स्प्रे की एक्टिविटीज वो 2 बंदे करेंगे जो पायलट्स हैं, उनके ट्रेन पायलट्स, उनका भी रेवेन्यू सोर्स बन गया, और जो कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी है उसका भी रेवेन्यू सोर्स बन गया अगर कोई रेंट पे लेके जाता है। तो ये सस्टेनेबल इनकम का सोर्स बन गया है पैक्स का, कि उनको ऐसे चैनल्स नए बनाने पड़ेंगे। अगर तो ट्रेडिशनल सोर्सेज से अब चेंज होकर नए सोर्सेज को अपनाना पड़ेगा अगर उनको पैक्स को आने वाले समय में कॉम्पिटिट करना है आजकल के जमाने में। थैंक यू।
Okay, my quick question with to Sri Sanjay sir. As a chamber, what kind of challenges our cooperatives can face in aggregators like OYO or Airbnb?
very good question. Actually, I wanted to continue on that, but I thought you were asking me that, but sir has already answered. But I'll just tell you. See, what I expect is once I go down on this chamber, and for your example, you come from Delhi ना, आप दिल्ली से आए हैं, आपको किधर जाना है, आप नीचे जाएंगे, आपका ऐप खोलेंगे, अरे तो इधर कुछ ही नहीं, nothing is there. Somebody will flag you down, किधर जाने का, he will tell you some price. There is no end to it. So what a person in Goa requires is on my mobile I should get a taxi. I should know where I want to go. I will pay the rate which I want. These things are not happening in Goa. Recently we had one round table, with one party from Delhi, and we got some good speakers on that. And what we found out that this is one of the very few places in India where aggregator app is not available. Now there are two aspects to it. We got a very strong taxi lobby, and on one side there is a taxi lobby, one side there are people, general public. So there is a gap, and like a godsend opportunity, this Sarkar taxi concept has come into play. Now this can be a solution acceptable to both the sides, and I am sure that people will work on this Sarkar taxi system. You'll get better rates, better connectivity, better mobility. Chamber has been working on this very actively. We are in touch with the state government as well as the other stakeholders, and we hope that in future that this will be solved. And this is one of the major problems which we are facing today in Goa is the taxi. There are complaints from the tourism sector also, general public also. There are some apps already working, but there are some clashes which are happening. I agree, this needs to be discussed, set across the table, and to be clear. Around a week back, there was a meeting of all the stakeholders with the CM, and he has, I think, assured that I think by the end of the next 15-20 days, we are supposed to get a policy, aggregator. In fact, the Director of Transport had already come out with some rules and regulations which were not fully acceptable. He had given some free, insurances and some discounts in the taxi rates as well as the payment to be made to the government. But उसका एक exact ऐसा solution नहीं है. So what we are waiting now is for the formal policy to be launched. And once it is launched, I am sure Sarkar Taxi will form a part of this policy because this has come from the central government. And once this happens, then this problem should solve. And Chamber is following up very critically on these issues.
So much, sir. This is the last question from you, sir, Vishwas sir, Kadam sir, regarding from the NABARD, basically. So, because NABARD is offering so many programs, they are running, they are supporting to agriculture, they are supporting to cooperative. Now, again, it is because when we see the challenges in Goa, and out of 5,000 cooperatives we have, but I think not more than 1,000 cooperatives are working. Rest are in dormant condition because we were going with the database. Now, you are running a lot of professional program also. My question to you, sir, what kind of capacity building program does NABARD offers for professional management in tourism cooperative, in tourism for promoting this ecotourism system?
Cooperatives in tourism sector is a new concept. Actually, we are trying to thinking to ground it, and that is perhaps is the motive of this discussion. So broadly, we are, as I suggested, cooperative sector and capacity building in the sector. We have a range of initiatives starting from our state cooperative bank to primary agriculture cooperative societies. Some of the members of primary VKSs they are called here. So we have been conducting various capacity building training programs, and particularly in the banking sector, the training needs are quite specialized. So it is about asset liability management or customer care, KYC, range of services and the issues that they need to learn better. And for variety of banking related training programs, capacity building programs that are conducted buyers through various institutes of cooperative management, ICM centers we have got. We have a fleet of faculties in this particular sector, banking. Now coming specifically to such kind of organizations, which are people's organizations, which obviously includes primary agricultural cooperatives also. So here, if we are talking about tourism sector societies, they, as pointed by our representative from Unnati, so their skill set and the expectations of visitors, there is a gap. I also made that point. We will have to take them up to a level where the customer finds it, it meets his expectations. So NABARD already certainly can consider providing all the capacity building support to such cooperatives. We are certainly available for providing such kind of support. We sometimes provide it in a DPR mode. But when we think of any big initiative, if we can plan something in a very aggregate manner, where there are a lot of efforts will have to be done from the scratch. Will have to be done. And GCCI being one of the very influential institutes, and they have a kind of connect and influence within the state with across all verticals of the government, be it politicians or the departments or the ministers. Goa being a small state, we are all well connected. So they are in a much better position to influence any thought. So I'm diverting from your question. So because I have already answered. So coming to this tourism sector initiatives, one is being discussed within the state, that is about provision of commutation services in form of taxi services and everything. So that obviously is waiting to be resolved. Sahakar taxi could be one solution apart from whatever state government is doing. And beyond that, when we are talking about taking this tourism to hinterland, there has to be a very interconnected approach from the state government, from the GTDC, from NABARD, from the banks available there to support, understanding the experiences from the best practices as explained by our representative from Unnati. We will certainly, the policies can be made to support those kind of outcomes, expected outcomes. So I think the job is to begin. There is a lot of hinterland tourism going on, but it is on an individual basis. If we have to push it through cooperatives, then there is a lot of groundwork to be done.
Thank you so much, sir. So this was all from our side. We discussed upon various topics related to agriculture, related to ecotourism, related to some sort of new innovations in cooperative sector. So this was all from this session. House is open for if anyone wants to ask any question. Madam Varsa is here. I see she used to run a small cooperative. I have also met one gentleman here. He is running one big cooperative, I would say, related to agriculture. So if anyone wants to ask question from our panelists, house is open. Please.
Will it be possible? Will it be possible to this tourism sector through the existing packs at the village level? I think it is the best solution.
Yeah, I was waiting for this question. Thank you. We have few good packs. Savvy is one of the best packs we have. Now, our packs in the state of Goa, they have been Vividha Karyakari Sahakari Samitis, multi-purpose. All over India, now they have started, but our packs are multi-purpose since 60s. So any activity they can take up. Now, if any of the well-functioning society, if they want to venture into cooperative tourism, now what we need a guest, the tourist to reach, transportation, then we need to provide a kind of good stay arrangements. Now, if that can be done through a kind of contiguous houses where you can set up homestays, so it may be scattered but in the same village. So if that can be explored and supported by the government through its policies, because now whatever homestay policy we have got, the individual person who is quite capable of availing the benefit, he is going to. So you will find a concentration of homestays in Bardez and Tiswari and all such kind of, but not in the rural area, because they are vulnerable. They can avail it if there is somebody to support. So cooperatives, a well-functioning cooperative can be a solution to the problem of not being able to avail the facility of state government. So then comes again, as I explained in the beginning, like giving the nature trail kind of experiences, which obviously will have to be a kind of a job of not a single person. There will have to be some 4 or 5 people to take them to trail, to waterfall, to protect them, to guide them. So many things are involved. So if again this is a business model. So if any society can adopt, it will be certainly a great example that on the basis of which further policy can be refined at the state level. So rather we would be happy to receive any kind of proposal from any of the societies which we can consider as a kind of a model in the beginning, and then certainly it can be emulated further.
Thank you so much, sir. I think we have already completed, we are already running short of time. So we will close this session before we go for the final session. First of all, I would give, and I would request to all of you to give big round of applause to all the panelists for the speakers participating in this session. For the technical session, I would request our Deputy Secretary General Dr. Jatinder Singh sir to hand over the mementos to all the distinguished speakers. So ladies and gentlemen, this was from the panel discussion. Now we will move to the final session, that is the technical session, where we are going to talk about
formal sector. Now since they have become the formal part of the economy, and as such they are also following a lot of labour compliances. So in order to understand more about the labour compliances, social security in particular, and within social security, EPFO, the Provident Fund in particular, and also we have the PM Rozgar Yojana also. So we are honoured to have with us the Regional Commissioner from Goa, Shri Atul Kochharji, who will briefly for 10-15 minutes will tell about this new scheme, and also if at all if there is any concern or any question regarding Provident Fund, you are more than welcome to ask. Atulji, please. Let us welcome the big round of applause.
Good afternoon everyone. By the time they start formal presentation, let's have some discussion. See, when we are discussing about cooperative, no, when we talk cooperative, in Hindi it means Sahkar. Sahyog, no, taking responsibility together, working together, and then, no, I think ownership is also together. So we are working together, sharing the responsibility, and there are owners also together. So when we talk about all owners come together, then if something happens to one of the owner, correct, suddenly there is some accident, suddenly there is some death, okay, so are we taking care of the thing which is going to be suffered by the family afterwards? So that is the important question. When we talk about EPF and MP Act, if I talk in terms of statutory requirement, अगर मतलब जबरदस्ती की बात की जाए तो अगर 50 लोगों से ऊपर अगर कोऑपरेटिव में काम कर रहे हैं और वो कोऑपरेटिव and that cooperative is running without aid of power, मतलब जो no जैसे somebody is preparing something at home and getting collected and somebody is just selling it, that kind of cooperative, then it is minimum 50 requirement for membership, no, to be cooperative membership to be statutorily compliable under EPF and MPI. Voluntarily it is open for 0 and onwards, 1 and onwards. So if you are one member, you can get registered with PF Act, and I will explain you what are the benefits. I have just started with that. So we are starting.
Just one moment.
Yeah. So when we talk about this cooperative and we talk about the things, then we should take care of the benefits. That all of us agree. If something happens suddenly, there has to be something which should take care of the family of the members. So if you get covered with EPF and MP Act, see, if you are having more than 50 members running with aid of power, without aid of power, it is statutorily mandatory for all the cooperative establishments to register with EPF and MP Act and give this benefit to their members. If you are running with aid of power, so summarizing the thing, what I have told you here is key for cooperative societies, EPF and MP Act is a mandatory thing. If more than 50, without aid of power, more than 20 with aid of power, correct? Voluntarily, anybody can come forward and get registered. So this is a scheme. The main purpose of the scheme is to boost employment generation. Wo hai uska? Just run. We don't have much time. Yeah. So this is it's a part of National Manufacturing Mission also. If you are having some manufacturing thing, then this project, this scheme would be eligible for 3rd year and 4th year also. Next. So there are two benefits basically. First benefit is for new employees. If there is any employee who is a fresher, new employee, just coming out of the college and joining your establishment, your cooperative, or he was never a PF member. पहले कभी PF के member थे नहीं. उनका UN तो बन रखा था पर कभी contribution ही नहीं था. He was already having UN but there was no contribution. Then in all such cases, he will be considered as first timer. So first timer, part A, employee is going to get 1 month wages as an incentive from the government. You have come, welcome to the workforce. This is some gift like incentive for you. That is the scheme, simple. Then part B is for employers. Okay, it is for any addition. Suppose you are already having a baseline, you are already registered with EPFO. If you are not registered with EPFO, then baseline is 20. Okay, so then previously you were having say 40 employees, already complying with EPFO. Now you have 50 employees, so there is an addition of 10 employees. So you have generated new workforce, new work, and employment generation you have given some boost. So Government of India is going to give you incentive of rupees 3,000 per employee. So in that case, in simple manner, 40 was original strength, now it is 50, so 10 is the addition, 10 into 3,000, 30,000 per month will be given in one go after 6 months, that is 1,80,000. Understood? Simple, eh? Okay, now, yeah, these are the benefits. So this is the first thing. So this is the first scheme, which is like if the wages, if you are having any employee whose annual package is less than 12 lakhs, he is eligible for this scheme. Monthly salary less than 1 lakh is eligible for the scheme, but total benefit 1 month wage would be given is only up to 15,000. If his salary is 80,000, he is not going to get 80,000 as incentive, he is going to get only 15,000 from Government of India, and that 15,000 would be given in 2 installments. First installment he will be getting after completion of 6 months of service, okay, which we will like the moment they pay ECR, we have the data, no need to do any separate registration. Every month you file your ECR, so we already get a lot of data from you. Then second installment would be paid after completion of 12 months, that is subsequent 6 months. And during this subsequent 6 months, he has to complete one financial literacy course. And that financial literacy course, like the employee is a first timer. So that employee, he should get basic idea about his own finance, then taxation, and then fraud mitigation kind of thing. How to invest properly kind of thing. Those modules will be available in his own EPF portal. The moment he completes, he will be eligible for this second installment. So it's one-time benefit. Registration period is for 2 years. Any new employee registering during this period, 1st of August 25 to 31st of July 2027 would be eligible for this benefit. Okay. So this benefit is going to be directly credited into his bank account, which is linked with Aadhaar. So why Part A, overall Government of India thinks that unemployment of first timers is a big issue. Okay, you hire, experienced people, but not first timers. So overall unemployment is 3.2%, but first timers is 9%. Then now there is also a concept of sustainability in this case. Because they have to work with for 6 months, then only they are going to get. If they leave in between, they will not get it. So for second installment, they have to work for subsequent 6 months. If they leave in between, they will not get. So they will also have this psychological issue. Okay, let us continue for at least 1 year. The behavior change will be there, and then during this extended thing, they will learn something. There will be improvement in the skills. So there will be increase in the productivity and employability. Okay. So this is part B. So part B is for the employers, the second benefit. This is for creating any additional employment. Suppose you were having 30 previously and now you are adding 1 employee. Then you will not be eligible. You have to add minimum 2. So there is a bifurcation, 50 and above and 15 below. So small establishments, they have to minimum add 2 employees to get 3,000 per month ka refund in part B. This benefit is going to be given to the employer, not to the employee. Society ke account mein aayega, not in the members' accounts. Then if it's a bigger establishment having say previously having 60, now they are having 66, then they'll be eligible. If it is 64, they'll not be eligible. So that kind of thing. For bigger establishment, they have to add minimum 5 employees. And then now the wages, this benefit is also going to be linked with the wages. So suppose some employee you have hired and you are paying him only 5,000 as wages, then you will be getting only 500 as incentive, not 3,000. Okay. The wages are between 10,000 to 20,000, you will be getting 2,000 rupees incentive. And if it is about 20,000, you will be getting entire 3,000 rupees as incentive from Government of India. So this benefit is available for 2 years, and it will be like for manufacturing sector it is 4 years. So any new addition, okay, for in the next 4 years would be eligible. Suppose your baseline is 40 now, and you keep it 50 for the next 4 years. For next 4 years, and you are a manufacturing sector employer, then for next 4 years, 30,000 per month would be paid to you by Government of India. So what is the purpose of all this? It will be directly paid into your bank account, which is linked with your PAN card. You receive income tax refunds, in that account. So automatically it will be paid. So why part B? Employers do respond to incentives. That's what I've said. Instead of Zabardasti, we have come with an incentive. Do register right now. This is the right time. Okay. Because it's already statutorily mandatory on many of the establishments. Instead of running away from the law, be a part of it and give the benefits. No, it's kind of a social security benefit only. Labor intensive sector have higher percentage of labor cost, so incentive leads to more hiring, as we are giving some incentive. So wherever you are thinking of some automation, and if you think, okay, instead of automation, if we go with addition of 5 labors, so you should have that behavioral change. Instead of automation, let's go and create an employment, because there will be some incentive. That's also one of the purposes. Okay. When behavior change sustain, you have to also retain that employee for 6 months. See, it's not that easy. You are going to get in the next, you have hired 10 employees, you have to retain those at least for 6 months. Then only after 6 months will we be giving you benefit for the entire 6 months period. Okay, so there has to be sustainability on your part also, on employer's part also. So all EPF registered establishments, those who have not registered, you have to register first. Incentive paid in part in lump sum every 6 months. Okay. And then this I have already explained. So here additionality, those employees whose salary is above 1 lakh. Okay. They see in part B, they are not required to be freshers. They are not required to be first timers. No, any rejoinee. He has left job in one company where he was already PF member. Then he has joined your establishment. Okay, no problem. Only criteria is there has to be addition in your strength. If it is there, it will be given. Part A, the requirement was first timers. In part B, for employers, any employee you can hire. Experience, inexperience, no problem. This is very simple. Okay. Then you have to give some simple submissions here on our portal. This kind of schemes were already successful in some of the countries, wherein they've observed that more than 10% of increase was observed in the employment. How to avail? Employee has to do it using Umang application. They can just create their UN number and be a member, join somewhere where EPF benefits already given, EPF covered establishment. How to avail employers? This is your employer portal. Here we have given this the circular thing. No, right? This pointer is on. Huh? So the PMVBRY is written over there. So there you have to just go and click on registration. Automatically the data will appear. You have to just give your GST number, because based on your GST certificate we will be able to bifurcate between manufacturing, non-manufacturing correct? Your GST certificate clearly mentions you are a manufacturing industry or not. So only this data you have to give. There are only 8 fields you have to fill. 6 of them we will be like, no, those whose PAN and everything is auto verified, already verified with EPFO, they will be auto filled. You have to just fill few details, your bank name, your bank branch, account number and all, and then sign it and submit it. So this scheme is being introduced through EPFO. So I would just like to give you a glance and an idea about EPFO. Those who do not know EPFO, EPFO is the statutory organization under Ministry of Labour and Employment. It provides 3 schemes: PF, pension and insurance. It applies statutorily on any establishment which is having more than 20 employees, applicable to employees with monthly wages up to 15,000 mandatorily. Above 1 C members always will be a member even if his salaries goes up beyond 15,000, but contributions can be restricted to 15,000 at the rate of 15,000. Okay. So EPFO has 21 zonal offices, 150 regional, 114 district offices and other offices. Our total investment corpus is 28.02 lakh crores, and we settled 6.02 crore claims, and around 2.41 lakh crore claims are settled. Amount is settled last year. It serves like 81.48 lakh pensioners. This portion of like Indian citizens we serve in terms of pensioners to around 81.48 lakhs, which are much more than the central government pensioners. So this is the data we've taken as on 31st March. So if you are going to be a part of this thing, what we want you to do is we want you to just provide appropriate gross wages in your ECR, then get your employee, help them to get their face authentication technology related UN, help them to file their ECRs in time, because if you file ECR before 15, then only they'll be eligible for this scheme. Okay, and then like as we have come and requested the chapter to spread awareness, I would request employers also to spread awareness about this thing and be a part of this good initiative. So this is all about the scheme. So now I would like to have some questions. If you have any, you can ask. I'll explain. Or I think they've just given me 15 minutes, so I think I have utilized them. Any questions? Yes, sir.
And we are deducting their PF. Are we registered with EPFO?
You are deducting their PF, and
yes.
Where are you depositing it, sir?
Depositing in the Goa State Cooperative Bank. Yes.
Who has given you authority
I'm
to
not
do that?
sure. I'm not sure.
No.
Whether we
This issue, I think your office is in MAPSA? See, I would advise you, sir, if you are doing this, no, I don't think it is correct. And then I am also, after 2006, Income Tax Department is also not giving any income tax benefit to all such societies. You have to mandatorily register with EPFO. If that is being done, it is not correct. It is not appropriate. That's what I'm suggesting. That you have to register with EPFO if it's more than, please. So if you are like, what, I don't understand, if you are putting it in some bank, what kind of pension and insurance benefits you are getting? You are just putting your money in some kind of investment, like you are making maybe, it's kind of an FD every month it is being done. So how does it serve the purpose? So, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. All such trusts, all such, like some of them may not be aware, but after 2006, all of them have come to EPFO and they have got registered appropriate. Because after 2006, income tax has already mentioned that you will not be able to get any such relief. Yeah, please, sir. Cooperative society you are talking about? Yeah. No. Then they are not getting insurance. It is statutorily not correct. You are not getting more benefits than the PF Act. Then even if you are getting more benefits than the PF Act, you have to get exemption from the appropriate government to do this thing. If that is there, then let us... Your suggestion is what, sir, exactly? You want us to? Yeah, you kindly intimate all such names. We have already, this must have been done in, I'm not sure, I was not in EPFO that time. But when this thing, no, when I see the records, 2006-7, this all must have been done. But now you just approach, let us know. So let's come back to the topic. We'll do it separately. We are going into statutory thing. Yeah, please, any other question? Okay. Yeah, want to ask ma'am something? No. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause for Mr. Atul Koch. Lot of advantage if they will all these schemes and benefits of EPFO. So thank you very much. With this note, I'll request you if you can kindly come for a while for a memento, sir.
We are going to have this technical session which is related to digital transformation of PACs and banking cooperatives for inclusive growth. Discussion themes. What we are going to have today is mobile banking and blockchain for transparent credit, then capacity building in professional management, then the digital core banking in the PACs and DCCB coastal region. We would like to invite our distinguished speakers for this particular session. Madam Pallavi Salgaonkar, she is the Director of Vaikolim Urban Cooperative Bank. Mr. Ashish Malviya, he is a Regional Head of Union Bank of India. Sri Ullas Prahlad Desai, he is the ex-Chairman of Goa Cooperative Bank Limited, ex-Vice Chairman of National Federation of State Cooperative Banks. Panel discussion. And we have one more distinguished speaker, Sri Dataram Desaiji. He is the chairman of Xavier Veteran Vikas Seva Society Limited. So we have 4 panelists.
Good afternoon, everyone. Since everybody is restless and it's almost lunchtime, I'll quickly brief you on urban cooperative banks. I am a director in Bicholim Urban Cooperative Bank for almost 2 decades now. So it's my privilege to be here today for this technical session. On banking cooperatives. So I think this topic has still, as of now, not been covered. So as a director of an urban cooperative bank in Goa, we have experienced firsthand how these institutions serve as a backbone of our economy. Goa may be the smallest state, but we have a couple of very good cooperative banks and having deposits running into several hundred crores, making them vital for local economic circulation. UCBs in Goa may be small compared to nationalized and private banks, but their role is unique. They stand for trust, personal connection, and accessibility, and are often the first point of contact for middle-class families, small entrepreneurs, and traders. So today I'll speak about the strengths and weaknesses of Goan UCPs, that's the Urban Cooperative Bank, short form, and measures we can adopt to overcome challenges and place a special focus on digital banking, which is refining the way we are working now. So just like I had told you, this is the backbone of local communities. It represents trust, accessibility, and personal connection, serving thousands of Goans despite being small in size. So currently we have 3 UCBs in Goa, the Bicholim Urban Cooperative Bank, Goa Urban, and Women's Cooperative Bank. So basically, what are the strengths? Some of the strengths are, there's a personal connection. So clients are often personally known to bank staff that give UCBs a relationship advantage that banks lack. Then there's community trust. Being local bankers understand the ground reality. They have personal touch with the people. They know what is their business and they value their credibility. Literate and urban clientele in Goa, whether it's urban or semi-urban or even rural areas, we have literate people with high literacy, over 88%. With urban customers are very much financially aware and engaged. Reputation of leadership. A lot of cooperative banks have reputed families on board, and many of the depositors are there or investing in the bank because of the credibility of the promoters. Personalized service from doorstep banking. doorstep banking, that we have the pygmy agents who will go door to door and collect deposits, to personal attention, UCBs go beyond standard service. Also autonomy and final faster decision making. So while the nationalized and other private bank, their decisions may go to head office in rest of the part of the country like Bombay or Bangalore. In Goa, even though at the different branch level, the decisions are taken at the head office in Goa only. So there's faster decision making. So if you are a trader in Margao or Mapsa, and if you want to take a small working capital loan, then you just have to walk into the offices of the branch manager, and then he knows you. Most of them are small communities in Goa, they know you personally, and you can apply for it. So this basically, bank relies on its knowledge of its business rather than lengthy formalities. This is trust in action. Among the weaknesses of Goan UCBs, there is lot of competition from private banks, especially some private banks are very aggressive, whether it is, I think, ICICI or HDFC to say, two of the most aggressive banks. So I have seen this. So recently I've been for a program to Kankon and a small hamlet there, and I was surprised, besides SBI, of course SBI is there all over the country, there was like HDFC and ICICI. So what was the prerogative of cooperative banks? We used to go to grassroots level in the nook and corners of Goa. Now you see these private banks, they are very aggressive and they have entered the nook and corners of Goa. Interest rate pressures. So in Goa, we have a very well-educated crowd. Most of them know what is the interest in different banks on deposits and loans, and that will help them to make a judgment. Competition from credit cooperative societies. So we have a lot of thousands of cooperative credit societies in Goa who don't have any bar on giving unsecured loans. Limited state government support. So most government deposits and schemes are routed through nationalized banks. So I have always gone to a lot of programs, and national and local government schemes are never routed through cooperative banks, for which we are at a disadvantage. Technological constraints. So every time I attend a board meeting, there is some circular from RBI. So it is like constant to get circulars about how you need to technologically upgrade. Cyber security. Of course, in today's world, we have so much of cyber security. We have hackers from all over the world. Forget about India. They are operating from Russia or Ukraine. And then, so we need, at the ground level, that the staff knows everything about cyber security, and that entails extra expenditure for urban cooperative banks. It's difficult to attract talent because private and nationalized banks pay much higher. So for a small cooperative bank, it's difficult to pay higher salaries to retain talent. Low marketing visibility, our budgets are small compared to nationalized and private banks. Low recovery of loans. So according to NABARD state focus reports for Goa, over 25% of credit demand in Goa still comes from small traders and service providers. And the problem is, if UCBs don't meet this demand, then this gap will be covered by private banks, and they will step and capture our natural market. So some of the measures to overcome weaknesses would be to collaborate. I always believe in my office bearers positions, or whether it is in companies, it is better to collaborate. So large UCBs and urban umbrella organizations like NEFCOM, that is the National Federation of Urban Cooperative Bank and Credit Societies, can share technology and training. Government support means at least we would require government to route some of their employees' salaries through cooperative bank. That will help us to increase our deposits. Shareholder thing. So shareholder involvement, members are owners, they help in bringing business. So we have a lot of thousands of shareholders, so it is important that they are also involved and bring in some business in the thing to a bank. Low cost marketing, we have to rely on low cost marketing like maybe social media marketing, word of mouth, or customer referrals, because we cannot have expensive campaigns. Regulatory reforms, raising unsecured loan limits and aligning priority sector targets with nationalized banks will create a level playing field. We have priority sector lending of 60%, while nationalized banks have 40%. So if we are on par with nationalized bank, that will create a level playing field. Skill development, upskilling, reskilling in every business in India right now is a need of the hour, and so is the same thing for cooperative banks. Efficient recoveries also, we need to spend on recovery officers who need to go to customers' house in case they don't repay back the loan. So we require special tribunals or fast-track benches for cooperative loan recovery. Like Kerala has got this experimented and got this good system where the urban cooperative banks have got together and shared their IT expenditure, and so that way they have relied on collaboration. So way forward in digital marketing is that the way forward is digital marketing. So most of the UCBs in Goa have adopted ATM, POS, UPI and mobile banking. And UPI has been a game changer. In Goa in 2024 only, there were some 50 million UPI transactions annually. And customers need and they demand for the same. Mobile banking allows seamless bill payments, GST payments, fund transfers, and today no bank can work without mobile payments. So with this use, urban cooperative banks are contributing to digital Bharat and helping small accounts go cashless. So digital banking is not an option anymore, it is the future. So some challenges remain, that is the high cost of, so I've already told this, digital banking in UCBs. Okay, so the future strategy would be basically shared digital infrastructure in Goa, collaboration with fintech firm. Now what happens is a fintech firm, they have a lot of technology in finance as well as knowledge about technology. So if they join hands with UCBs, then we can have cost-effective mobile apps. Then there is also digital literacy campaigns for customers, especially senior citizens who can be made aware of the schemes of UCBs. There's customer-friendly innovations where you can have WhatsApp banking, voice banking based in Konkani, Marathi, English for inclusion. And with smartphone penetration, which is very high in urban Goa, we have around 70%, and internet penetration is also highest in India. UCBs cannot afford to stay behind. So digital is not optional, it is survival for us. So to conclude, urban cooperative banks in Goa stand on solid trust, personal relationship, and community service. But we must recognize the realities of competition, technology, and regulation. So if we strengthen our digital capabilities, leverage our community goodwill, and push for greater government and regulatory support, we can ensure that UCBs continue to be the people's bank in Goa. So accessible, reliable, and future ready. So this is the future for us. It is community trust and digital adoption that will create in sustainable growth for UCBs. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak today.
Thank you so much, madam. Now I would like to invite our distinguished speaker to please take a seat. Sir, Ashish Malviya, sir, could you please... Yes, it is a panel discussion basically. We are going to have Sri Ashish Malviya, sir, Ulhas, sir. We have Sri Pratik Golabji and Sri Dr. Data Ram Desai, sir. Please take your seat, sir. Very, very short, only 5 minutes. So again, this is a panel discussion basically we are going to have, and we are going to discuss about the mobile banking, blockchain, for transparent credit, capacity building and professional management, and digital core banking for PACS, Primary Agriculture Credit Societies. So we have 4 distinguished speakers over here. So I would like straight away, I would like to go to Dr. Data Ram Desai, sir, who is the chairman of Savior Veteran Vikas Seva Society Limited, to please share his views.
Hello. I am Dr. Taram Desai, Chairman of Savior MBK Society. I am not the authority on digital banking, but as a chairman of a society which was almost going for dissolution and which has come up, I'll just share my experiences and how we are going to be helped with digital banking. My society, which was started in 1963, in 1996, when I joined as a director, it was almost on the verge of dissolution. There was too much mismanagement. The loans were given to the relatives of the directors, and there were fake ration cards in my society and all such things, all sorts of corruption. So we had to struggle to bring it on what you call some um, ethical way to start with. It was till 2010 we could not make any profit, and it was a high time, it was very difficult time for us to sail through that. So after that, in 1999, we started banking, that is credit banking, through which we could make some profit. And in 2021, we started what you call this consumer stores, that is diversification. And after that we had CSC, and now we are going for computerization and digitalization. Initially our directors, who are from old time, they were very much worried as far as digitalization and computerization is concerned, because they thought that the money that was put in our bank, our society, the people might be afraid to deposit in our society, as it will be known to the people, known to the government. But what we decided is digitalization is very important, and we were chosen by the department of RCS to go for digitalization. And now we have almost computerization is complete, and we are going with digitalization, and we'll be doing it shortly. We are on the verge of completing that system audit. So this is in short, because it is high time, very late, I am finishing fast. Okay?
Thank you so much, sir. So now we have Sri Pratik Golab sir, also SGM NABARD over here. So I would like to take his comment on this. Basically, we are talking about mobile banking, blockchain, and PAX, computerization. And when we talk about computerization, NABARD is playing very vital role. Sir, what is your views on this?
Right, sir. So the PAX computerization is an initiative which is from the Ministry of Cooperation, Government of India. And we at NABARD, we are looking after its implementation, monitoring, and basically coordination. And there are many stakeholders as well. So what this computerization is that PACs which were using manual ledgers, and they were having some old systems. So all over India, a uniform system is devised, and it has been onboarded onto the digital platform. So that is basically the PACS computerization. The PACs are given the hardware and all the support, and the records are being digitized. They are being, there is uniformity all across the India. And here in Goa, we have 58 PACs. SIRS PACs is one of them as well, and that is performing good as well. So what the intention behind this PACS computerization is to bring efficiency and transparency in transactions, so that the misuse of funds will not be there, and also to build trust. Also, going ahead, there might be a future where it can be linked with other banking aspects like digital passbooks or Aadhaar and UPI linkages. And going in future, this can also be integrated with the new financial products in insurance or digital payments as well. So that is how this PACS computerization scheme has been envisioned.
Thank you so much, sir. So we have Sri Ulhas Prahlad Desai ji, who is ex-chairman of Goa Cooperative Bank Limited. He is ex-vice chairman of National Federation of State Cooperative Banks in Mumbai also. So I would like to take your views, sir, in digitalization of banking system, especially in cooperative segment.
Digitalization in banking system, it was long back pending. Actually, technology upgradation was the must. Because of the due to lack of technology upgradation, most of the cooperatives, they have suffered. Suffered means suffered a lot, because Goa State Cooperative Bank is the apex institution of all the cooperative societies. It may be PACs, trade societies, consumer societies, other all societies, housing society, and it is the apex bank. But being an apex bank, I am sorry to say because Apex, being Apex Bank, it was in very red position, where CRAR was in 2012, was minus 78, and today, within a gap of 12 years, we could achieve that, this one, to 13% CRAR. And all the facilities whichever required through the NABARD or the RBI, now we are getting, and we are getting all the permissions also from the RBI. Because to have the API services or all the services, the very important, you may be knowing, all the parameters you have to put. Not a single parameter you cannot miss. And with that, all the MSMEs, financing to the MSMEs and this one, now it is on the board, on board. Secondly, all the way, PAX in Goa, though it is registered in 1963, there were, I'm just going back, because each panchayat, village panchayat had one PAC and one village. But gradually, because most of the PACs were only doing the PDS business, and because PDS business they were not doing anything, and most of the societies they were going in loss. Even crop loans were given by these societies after taking the funds from the Goa State Cooperative Bank. And we have recently, I think 2 years back, nearly 12 to 13 crores we have wiped up. Yeah, and huge loss has been borne by the Goa State Cooperative Bank, because these funds cannot be recovered, and most of the society had liquidity. Because the lack of the, this is mainly happened at that time, the lack of the support and guidance from the government. Because there was no support for them. Though the tax were established with the share capital of the government. But what happened in gradual times from 1963 onward, those societies diverted their business. Because when it was established to the Vivid Karikari Seva societies, they can do any business, permissible business. And those who have diverted their business, for example, there are Penne Taluka Society. For example, here, Navadip Whaling Society. For example, his Savayar Society. For example, Nagargaon Society. For example, Kurdi Vikesh Society. These are the societies who have diverted their business and they can flourish. But what is important here, that most of the, one more society was there for the Sanjivani purpose, where Sanjivani had given the loans to the farmers, Sanjivani members. And that society was liquidated and the loans were transferred to the good working society. For example, Darbandad Vikesh Society, Mahalakshmi Vikesh Society at Netravali, Kolem Society, and because of that liability, those societies are collapsed. Those societies, good working societies are collapsed. At that time, government had not thought of that whether these societies will survive or not. These are the things, because this is all because of the technology, lack of technology and lack of vision. Because any society or any institution can work with the vision. We should have the vision document, at least for 5 years or 3 years. With that vision document, you have to go. You have to plan accordingly. You have to double your business or this one, whatever. And proper review from time to time is very important. And it is possible through the technology. Now, for example, Goa State Cooperative Bank had a technology, but recently we have migrated to the highly sophisticated this one, so that we are getting the NPS and this one day-to-day basis, and we can monitor it. And that is the banking system is required. Secondly, for example, cyber security. Cyber security is a very important issue. For that, at the national level, all the state cooperative banks federation, because I was the ex-chairman of the NASCOP, we have requested to the finance minister, then Union Cooperative Minister Amit Shahji, and also to the NABARD and the RBI, to have a cyber security umbrella organization and also computerization that software where it is now agreed by the, that's what here in the morning GM NABARD has told that RBI has given the node for that one. And it is good system so that Goa state cooperative banks, which are the apex banks of the state, they can provide this technology to the other institutions. And through that, all the digital transformation, including the UPI payments, then DBT services that we are providing to the society. Whatever direct benefits, whatever subsidies and this one, all we are transferring to the PACs and other societies, whichever we are coming on the platform. Because now also, we have discussed, we have developed a software when I was a chairman, a software where all the societies will be brought on board of the state cooperative bank, where there will be a separate digital platform for them. And through that digital platform, all the services, whatever ATM services, POS services, whatever services are there, mobile banking, everything will be provided to them. And so also it will be benefited to the, your RCS have also there, and it will be benefited to the RCS office to get the health of the society. Report time to time, report to know the health of the society. Where societies can be guided properly from time to time. These are the initiatives already taken, and very important thing, because being a technology this one session, because now our this one also told that already computerization is going on, and it is going on full swing. It will complete it, because I think target is given to complete it, and it is going on. With that, I think because all the PACs and especially PACs, they have to diversify the business. They have to go for all type of business. Because I have seen in other states, for example, Telangana and this one PACs is having the at least 20 services under one umbrella. And that is the society's business has, this one said, multi-purpose society, which is of Rajasthan, he has mentioned that. Such type of, you have to, this one, have the business, because there are many, very much scope for the societies like Saviveri, where better nuts and this one, they can process it. They can put the units for the processing units. Coir industry, because Goa is having the coconut this one production. Where coir can be set up by the cooperatives. And tourism industry. These are the industries where all we have to focus here to the technology. Very important. We have to have the aggregator app, capacity building program, then blockchain. Blockchain is very important. Blockchain for all these societies is very important. With the blockchain, we can provide all the services. And these are the things required today. First of all, that you have to spend on the technology upgradation. For bringing on board by the bank, because already a provision made in the budget also by the Goa State Cooperative Bank. I think nearly 1 crore budgeting already done to give these services, infrastructure services to the societies. Because all this year it was not possible, now bank can sustain this aspect. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We have Sri Ashish Malvi ji is here. He is a regional head of Union Bank of India. So we would like to take his views in terms of support to cooperative segment. We have cooperative banking system. Now we have nationalized bank also, Cooperative Bank of India. So what kind of support you are looking for towards promoting the cooperative in Goa state?
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I will take only 2 minutes. First, why it is very important. Just 2 or 3 days before our Honorable Prime Minister, when he was launching the facility for manufacturing of electronic chip in India, he said now the electronic chip, it is a digital diamond. Why he said it is a digital diamond? Because now everything and going for everything would be through digital mode. Without digital, no bank, no financial institution, no business can survive. That is the importance of digitization. With respect to capacity building in PACs, cooperative banks, small financial institutions and credit societies. For digitization, it is required a lot of investment, technology, capacity building, which is why many of these small organizations is not able to adopt it fast. Now, but Government of India has created public infrastructure where SaaS, software as a services, cloud computing, cloud storage, that can be utilized by these small institutions on rental basis, and a capacity can be built. That is how, without investing a lot of money in infrastructure, they can use and that they can adopt the latest technology. Then through APIs, now almost all the big banks in India are having capacity to onboard all small institutions, MSMEs, agriculture societies, self-help groups by integrating their system with API and provide all the technological facilities to them and enable them to onboard, provide these facilities to their clients. Particularly the big banks, private sector bank, nationalized banks and foreign banks, they have already created the capacity right from onboarding, assessing, disbursing and monitoring at all the level, full digitization. If any one organization or any individual wants any kind of loan through mobile only, he can take loan by just 2 or 3 minutes by putting his Aadhaar number, PAN number, account number. The system will calculate his eligibility, system will check his CIBIL score, system will check his GST return, system will check his income tax return, and based on his eligibility, the loan will be immediately credited to the client's account. That is the capacity already built up by all the banks. So this is on the digital side, things are developing in the financial institution, because now without mobile, no one can survive. Without food, we can stay 1 or 2 days, but without mobile, we cannot stay 1 hour, because everything is on mobile. Communication, connectivity, banking, commute, everything. So this is the few things through which small banks, PACs can adopt the latest technology. That's all from my side.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this was all from the final session of this entire summit. We discussed, yes, the final remarks from Dr. Ram, sir.
As a cooperative society chairman, I expect from the digitalization, recovery from the loanies should be easier for us, because that is a big problem for cooperative societies. So digitalization will let us know the CIBIL score of the person and whether he is eligible for repayment. So that is a good thing I think we are having, and we are all for digitalization. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So before we go to the valedictory session, I would like to request to all distinguished speakers to come up for the final this group photograph and this felicitation, sir. Thank you very much. A lot of things we discussed from the morning today. Our speakers from NABARD, Registrar of Cooperative Society, everyone was here. One point we were discussing about this tourism sector. We were talking about tourism sector as we are talking about the sustainable tourism. Now this is the 2-minute remarks I would like to take. The gentleman who is presented over here, he is promoting ecotourism. Not only in Goa but all across country, and that is also a kind of association which is kind of, I would say, a kind of cooperative society. It is not fully cooperative society, but the services are from the similar to cooperative society. And the state in Goa, this kind of, the promotion of tourism is really commendable job. So we have Manoj Joshi ji here. He is a Adventure Promotion Committee Chairman of Youth Hostels Association of India. For making this summit successful, he really paid hard work, and from the morning today he was here. So I would like to just say thanks to him, and I would like to invite him just for 2 minutes. If he could talk about little 2 minutes about his organization. No? Chalo, thank you very much, sir. So ladies and gentlemen, this was all about the cooperative development, and I hope that we will meet again maybe in next few months, and we will discuss from some other topic. Session is over. Thank you. Please join us for the lunch. Thank you very much.